If you lost your power, or because of the recent storms, more than anything.
We still have some BDMs without power.
I know that having no AC is horrible, especially here in Florida. Even though it's cooler outside, still hot.
We are getting a bit of a lucky patch right now. So take this lucky weather that we have right now and use that to do your preventative maintenance for the rest of the year. And I'm talking both air conditioning and heat. I don't know what the weather's going to do anymore. Get the thing checked out and make sure it's going to run correctly for you and your family.
It's AmericanAirandHeat.com. If you need a completely new system, that can help you save money each month, which if you start really asking yourself, how old is my system? You're like, it was 25 years old. Imagine how inefficient it is. Imagine how inefficient your duct work is. Then when American Air and Heat redid my entire system and the duct work, it just runs super efficiently. It cools my house more efficiently. I save $100 a month, and I have a return in every single room now.
Or you might have a system that you really like, but we all know this from living in Florida, and a lot of other people don't. These things have to be serviced. They have to be looked at. Because we've all been in that situation. I don't know one Floridian that's ever been in the situation where you're sitting there in the air, when it goes out, and then you have no plan of attack. There's nothing can be done. You don't have a number to call. You're scrambling. You're yelling at your wife. You're screaming at each other.
You're like, I haven't touched this thing in years.
That's why. And
that's why it broke. Call them. It's AmericanAirandHeat.com.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
Couple things. We got a BDM event this Saturday. You have to be a BDM to attend, but it's kind of like an Oktoberfest party that we're putting on. Daniel ordered this thing called a beer puppeteer that you strap. It's basically you could puppeteer a pint of beer up to your mouth and drink it.
Yeah, it's handmade, too. It's really cool. The old lady that makes these things online, and they're handmade. It took a while to get here. I was a little worried about it, but the damn thing, the harness that they used for it.
Yeah, they're like straps to your back.
It's a better harness than any OSHA required. The guys around here working on building, it's nice, dude. It was like $70. I was like, this is really, I got to tell you, sometimes you'll find some old lady on Etsy that I'm like, you are really engineering this. You should have slapped this thing together. You went too far.
Or charge more.
Yeah, you could easily charge $150 for this thing. But $70. But beer puppeteer, you have to puppeteer the beer into your mouth. It's going to be super fun. Got some other games we're going to do. We got live music. It'll just be fun seeing you guys. And if you've never been to this place, it's an awesome place.
Also, our Bad Business Beer Fest in Sofa and Suds. That's November 23rd and 24th. So let's talk about...
I'm not a BDM. How do I become one?
You can go to TomandDan.com.
Such a pro.
You just sign up right where it says you become a member on the right-hand side, and you could pick your tier level from $1.95 a month to $10.95. The True Love BDMs.
That would make me cry.
Yeah. The $10.95ers, when
we
you
love
tell
you,
me,
baby.
a little bit more.
I love you a little bit more. I really do.
This is true.
Do either of you guys know what, if you were to injure yourself and get a stinger, do you know what that is?
I have heard it being used on the NFL a lot. And I used to hear Tuttle say he got a stinger.
Tuttle used to say it all the time.
Huh.
And he used it, and he said he got it from baseball. It got kicked around this past weekend. It has come up on the show before. It made me laugh because we did have a listener email me and go, what the hell's a stinger? Why is the NFL choosing to use this now? Because we've always used it oh, man, go shake that off. You just got a little stinger. You got a little stinger.
I think it's blunt force trauma to an area of your body without damage long term to that area, it's bruising,
okay,
some sort of muscle pain and stuff like that. But there's no broken bone, there's no ligament damage, anything. It's still an injury, but it's just a stinger.
That's pretty good.
I think that's how I interpret it.
Yeah, I think that's what I kind of thought too. Ross, do you have an idea of what a stinger would be?
I guess I would have said it was some sort of drug you use to recover from an injury. You get a stinger and then it's like a cortisone shot or something. That would have been my guess.
Well, according to the NFL, a stinger in football refers to a nerve injury in the neck or shoulder area that typically happens when the head or neck is forced into an unnatural position, compressing or stretching the nerves that branch out from the spine. The result is sudden, sharp pain, often described as burning or tingling sensation that radiates down your arms. It can also cause numbness or weakness in the arm or hand, but the symptoms usually subside quickly. However, repeated stingers or severe cases can be more serious. It's an actual thing.
Huh. So it's a nerve thing.
A nerve
specific
thing.
to the neck.
Okay.
Yeah, to your neck.
Interesting.
Never knew that.
When you were describing that, I don't remember ever getting that from like soccer or whatever, but I do get that like nerve pinch and my arms tingle if I sneeze too hard or too much.
I did it this morning. I was just going to say that. I did it this morning. I was laying in bed and I sneezed, and then both my arms got excruciatingly painful, and then they'd stop working. That's how weak I am. That's how weak of a man I am.
It happens to me too. Like I'll get a whiff of a cat or something, and I'll sneeze like a bunch of times, or really hard.
When
a couple really hard ones.
When I smell pussy, I sneeze, and then I freeze. I sneeze and freeze. It's the old sneeze and freeze, and then my arms don't work.
But it's the worst because you don't have an injury that you can point to, but like for whatever reason your arm's not working. Like you just like,
and it hurts.
Am I like this now?
Yeah,
like,
and
when is it going to go away?
Really, really
it's
hurts.
Intensely painful on like a nerve level.
Yeah, and I get it right in the joint, in the bone, and then you're like,
from a sneeze.
Yeah, from a sneeze. Sneezing, I think we can all agree that I don't think we know even half of the science behind the sneeze. The sneeze might as well be the bottom of the ocean or space. Because, like, sneezing, like, so many crazy things happen when you sneeze.
And
like,
why? Why are you sneezing? Yeah.
Yeah, what is it? And why do my shoulders hurt? And why do my arms stop working when I'm sneezing? All right, let me get these voicemails ready to go here. All right, here we go.
Well, before we go in voicemail, I want to talk about that Limp Bizkit thing. Cause
let's do it.
I read a little about it, and I kind of understand it a little bit. Like it's a...
some people are saying it's kind of overblown on their side because it's almost like they're forcing to be paid.
So Limp Bizkit started this lawsuit, which in what I read, that they think other bands can either jump aboard and turn onto like a class action thing,
That's what it sounds like,
or they could, file their own suits claiming that some huge
Universal Music Group or UMG, they are claiming that they are owed $200 million in unpaid royalties. The band alleges that UMG concealed royalties. Here's the part that I found most interesting. They're claiming that UMG, Universal Music Group, used software to basically make it look like their royalties were X, but their royalties were really Z. So they were like fudging the numbers using sophisticated software.
It's interesting because like
it's weird.
It seems weird they would have to do that when they have such predatory contracts to begin with. Like,
correct. Yeah.
So think about how the music industry transitioned, where back before streaming, right? It was album sales, and they had that. It took 50 years, but they had it pretty down pat, where it's like they distribute the albums, the stores pay a particular price per album, and then the stores would sell them at an up cost, so they would make their money. Yeah. But the original distribution, like there was hard money, easy accounting, you know what I'm saying? Like they pressed this many records and they sold them to a record store, and the record store gave them this money, and then the artist gets a percentage. The accounting was very easy.
It wasn't digital.
And then when they went streaming, and I'm sure so now the artist was like, okay, well, I need to get paid per stream or whatever. So then the company was like Universal Music or whoever is like, all right, we'll pay you, how many pennies per stream? Like 5 pennies for every stream, right? But the artist has no way to verify the numbers because they, so then they're basically just they have to take
their word for it. It's an honor system in a weird way. Yeah, I mean, we had versions of this even in radio, like where we would do live reads, and then like I wouldn't keep track of how many live reads I did, but I should have, because then I'd have to go and check my paycheck to see how many times I should have been paid for my live reads. I mean, I get it. You want to do some sort of bookkeeping, but they weren't able to.
We're a slave to the system. Like if back in radio days, if they told us like, oh, our bonuses are based on these ratings, and they say our ratings didn't come in, then it's just like
do you check?
There's no way. I'm just like, okay.
Correct. Perfect example.
Thank you. And
Perfect example. You can't check. You got to take their word for it.
So you can't go and like now there's like Arbitron, but they're not releasing how, you know what I'm saying? You can't go internally and audit them, as you just have to take everybody's word for it. And these bands have to take the word of Universal Music Group, Spotify, all the numbers they get.
What UMG's defense is basically like, they're basically saying like, hey, in August, we're complying to you. We paid you $1 million. Now, granted, we looked into it, and yes, there was a software error, and you were owed $1 million, but we did find the software error, and here is your $1 million.
Okay.
So it doesn't look good, but their claim is kind of like what Tom's saying. They're kind of like, look, we're moving a cruise ship here. It takes a long time to get paid. Sorry. We're figuring it out.
And I wonder if it has anything to do with, because I wonder about this a lot, like if I, like, you know, I got my liked songs playlist playing, and like Lucchini comes up, and I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like listening to Lucchini right now. So it plays like 10 seconds of Lucchini, and I fast forward. Do they get credit for a full play? Do they get a partial play? Do they get no play? Like, I don't know how that works.
10 seconds. It's supposedly like you have to be like, I know for podcasting, I believe the standardization of it is between 8 and 10 seconds. Of it has to play in order to. That's how they tried to standardize podcasting with the, what is it, UBA or. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
UB40.
Yeah, exactly. Rat in the kitchen. But yeah, there is a standardization process that they did, and yeah, they make you like listen to a certain amount of seconds before it counts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's all changing all the time. So it's like, like they used to go off just the download or just the click on YouTube. Remember, that's what caused everybody to put the fake picture up just so you get a click, because that's how you used to get paid. Then they're like, wait, we're going to change this. You like it has to
gotta hide a camel toe in there to get a click.
The more you watch, the more valuable the actual person is towards the campaign.
Clarified for me, it's 8 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was around that, because I know they changed it for us, because we used to remember when it was just Click Tom and Dan, there were shows that we got 175,000 views, or like we were number 13 in the world, you know, like, but it was all fake, but I mean, hey, we were there. We were there.
No, but yeah, well, it was also way less people putting stuff out.
Correct.
But like, if you think about it, for Universal Music, I'm sure they sat around like when they were giving the artists the numbers of how many streaming downloads they had or whatever. Like, if they're the ones responsible to give the information that determines how much these artists get paid, then we've got a problem here where they're motivated by obviously making the most amount of money. So are they going to be totally honest with the amount of, and maybe they're like, well, you know, if we knock this down a couple decimal points.
I mean, isn't it the same reason why Netflix doesn't share how many people tune into their stuff? I mean, the reason that streaming is a massively wonderful gray area if you're on the side of it being gray, right?
Yeah.
So you can sit back and be like, oh, it wasn't that great. You didn't do that good.
Well, now you have all private companies that don't have to share. Well, I guess.
I mean, how would you believe anybody? How would you believe Apple Music, Spotify? Like, let's take a friend of ours, like Jordan Foley.
Yeah.
When Jordan Foley looks at his Spotify numbers, how do you believe any of that? It's just coming from there, and they're like you're saying, their job is to spend the least amount of money on your stupid music, right? Yeah, I do think they think like that,
to give you the
they want to. It's not supposed to be fair.
And Clear Channel, the only reason they put that information out is so that they can like tier the pricing of advertising on shows. Like, you know, Rush Limbaugh got this many listeners, it costs this much. You know,
and they've always controlled
way less. It's way cheaper to advertise with them. But that Netflix doesn't have to do that because they don't have any advertisers. It's just subscription service.
Yes, but that's why there's a third party Arbitron, a third party company that's basically like, we're not tied into any of these companies. We're a third party. We'll tell you the ratings. But so now
which also sort of stinks. It's like your friend comes over. He's like, I'll be the referee for the fight. Like, hold on a second.
But if all these companies
know him,
like all the streaming services, there's no third party company.
They don't need it.
They don't need it.
They're like, we'll tell you what our numbers are.
Yeah.
And
you'll just know by what we put out. Like, if it's good, we'll make more of it. If it's not, it'll go away.
You'll know.
Yeah. But even like the companies that still do commercials, by the way, which is, we're getting back to commercials. I'm watching like anything on Hulu Hulu Live or whatever.
We're right back to where we were.
It's
exactly. We might as well be back 1988.
Dude, my wife was is stuck on Yellowstone. She's like working her way through Yellowstone right now.
Hey, the first I even went back and did
it's a decent show.
The first season's pretty darn good.
They could not drink more Coors Banquet beer like as conspicuously as possible on that show. Like it might as well be an ad for Coors Banquet.
It used to be one of my favorite beers.
It's a decent beer. It's a decent beer.
Wait until you see the Duttons turn into a Chevy Silverado commercial because they were murderers. Rip murdered a medical examiner in cold blood.
Jamie strangled that lady, dude. He just strangled a lady for no reason.
And you know what? That body fit perfectly in the back of that brand new 2024 Silverado XLT.
You know what? Strangling takes it out of me. I could use a Coors Banquet beer.
These people were murderers, and now all of a sudden they're just wholesome American folk who want to save their land from the goddamn, you know who.
Did you get that Silverado from J.C. Harrelson? Yes, I did.
You murdered innocent people at the beginning.
Yeah, there was a scene where I was screaming at the TV. The Beth, the daughter, was like, she was like, "You find me any other publicly managed land in this country that looks as good as yeah." Well, it's for 8 people. And, like Tom said, you had to murder 50 people a year to keep it like that.
50 people a year.
It's like almost one a week. They got a special cliff that they just shoot people off of, dude.
Shooting cliff. You're really watching it. You want to do a couple voicemails?
Yeah. Do you think that this goes anywhere with the lawsuit? Do you think they're actually able to recover? Or do you think they
No, they'll make money. The more I read about it, what this is...
But not $200 million.
No, this is just to expedite them being paid. This is literally just it's kind of like the U.S. women's national team filing suit against soccer so they can get paid. It's a statement.
See, I see it more like Pawn Stars. Like the UMG came up and said, "Yeah, we found $1 million," and then Limp Bizkit's like, "Oh yeah, we think it's more like $200 million." They'll settle around 25.
Like the Quaker man.
Also, they could be doing this too as just like a wake up call to because they knew that by filing this lawsuit, it would be a big news story,
yes.
And so then everybody's like, "Wait a minute, did I get screwed too?"
Yes.
And because Limp Bizkit, they're doing really well right now.
They're doing fine.
With their tour, their reinsurgence.
They're doing great.
I had no idea.
They basically
their new album's really good.
In the past 5 years, they became the super hot band to go see live.
They are the early 2000s nostalgia band to see. Like you go and you see them, and they still sound excellent, and their new album is excellent. Yeah,
they're doing arena tours. Right?
Yeah, they're doing the right things.
I'm still on the record. I saw him in '95, open for Beck, and I hated him.
Yeah, I remember you said it was terrible, right?
It was the worst.
Yeah, they owe you for that show.
It was.
And you saw them in their heyday.
It was your favorite. It was the Cardigans, Limp Bizkit, and then Beck. And the Cardigans opened with Iron Man, a cover of Iron Man, so good. And then Limp Bizkit after that. Get out of here.
A lot of people don't know that the Cardigans' favorite band of all time is Black Sabbath. Mm-hmm. So that's why they continuously cover a lot of Sabbath.
Yeah, you can find that Iron Man cover out there. It's really good.
They freaking love. They've covered a bunch of Sabbath songs. One just got released, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Seeing her sing it live though was amazing.
Oh, I've never got a chance to see them. That's crazy. No, I just think they'll get paid quicker. In fact, there's a legal analyst in one of the articles I read that said he thinks that they did this because they got tired of not being paid. That this is just being the old thorn in the side of UMG, to get them, get the ball rolling a little bit.
I wonder what. I mean, obviously the promotional power that a giant company like that has, but there's got to be some other incentives that they offer signing deals now, or is it all just kind of basically easy because it's like, we'll do this, but we'll get a back end.
I don't know. That's actually a really good question. We should talk to we've got our friends of the boy band, the Full Circle Boys. We've got Jordan Foley. We know a bunch of musicians. We'd have to talk to somebody that's almost in current music. That's more pop or something to find out what a modern day deal would be like. I don't know I don't think they do the 360 deal anymore.
No.
I don't. I think the day and age of any of that's dead. I don't know how it works now.
But there's still opportunity if you're let's say all of a sudden you're super popular on the internet. It would do you a service to partner with a giant UMG, because they have the network to get you on tour and the right people.
Chapel Roan or Jelly Roll. These are guys that they've been doing it for a hot minute, but they're
And it's all about.
But if you get like hot on TikTok, you get a song that's going viral and playing. What's UMG going to do for you at that point? What are they going to do that you can't do on your own with TikTok?
Help you monetize it.
Yeah,
and that's what the same thing with podcasts
or manage the size of it. You see, like I think like just they're prepared to manage.
So
that.
Let's take it like in the podcast world, the business world that I know about, right? So like the Kelsey brothers, they start a podcast and then they have a ridiculous amount of listeners because of Taylor Swift and their popularity, blah blah blah. So
all of a sudden, most famous players.
So now you build a podcast, you have an insane amount of listeners, and you'll get some business trickling in. You got the
Audible,
but also
Stamps.com.
Your managers or whoever you're working with are giving you some small time stuff or whatever. You're doing some commercials. But
let's sell a T-shirt.
But then,
it's kind of like our model, right?
The big money is all of a sudden you come in and who's the one that bought the Kelsey brothers? Some big huge. Essentially, they're all giant marketing agencies, and they come in. They're like, all right, we'll give you $100 million for all the rights. You have to do this for 5 years, and then we'll sell now all the commercials because we have salespeople around the United States selling.
Well, we have 30 clients that are $1 million companies that are ready to go right now with a package for your show.
And
like Spotify did with Rogan.
And then they're just like, great, I don't have to deal with it anymore. I don't have to even, there's guaranteed
and
money.
Then they just cut you a check.
And then they have, now you could build your own sales force over time and make 100%, but it's just too much time and stuff like so.
Amazon
especially if it's a side gig. Like you're a football player, the podcast is a side gig.
God, it doesn't get any bigger than Amazon.
He quit football for this because he actually makes more money podcasting than football. Jason Kelsey. I did the math the other day. It was like $2 million more a year now for the podcast. Once a week, drinking beer with your brother.
And he can save his body and be with his family.
That's the media power of it. But so essentially, you partner with one of these big companies.
So wait, you're saying there's a job open in the NFL?
Is because they can give you a lot more money than you could building your own infrastructure or whatever. You could do it, but it's a wide,
So even with all the money they're stealing, they're still giving you more money.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
just shut up, Limp Bizkit.
Let's do a couple of let's do this one right here. I think this is Kenny.
Hey there, Tom and Dan. Hey guys, it's Kenny. Having worked in a bunch of venues, especially arenas for most of my career, to answer Tom's question, yeah, you're right. They probably could put more bathrooms in there. It really isn't that hard. But you got to realize they're there to make money. So the more bathrooms you have, the less areas you can have for concessions or retail or whatever else you can do to make money. And that's really what they care about because they kind of know you're there for the event. Rarely are you going to say, I don't want to go to this event because the venue doesn't have enough bathrooms. So they kind of have you by the short hairs. That being said,
I hate that phrase. When they have you by the short hairs, because I always think of somebody just grabbing that patch of hair right, that fat pad, my fat papas, on those after I trim it down and just tugging on it a little. Like, get your hands out of there.
I mean, that's way longer than my beard hair. They'd have to grab me by the chin.
I keep it short. Okay. I keep mine like a flat top.
The Kia Center, when it was the Amway Center, when there was a concert that was skewed towards the female demographic, they actually would take the initiative and change half of the men's rooms to ladies' rooms. So that way there were twice as many ladies' rooms or whatever than there were men's rooms.
I want no ladies splatter peeing in the urinals, man. Come on.
To accommodate knowing that.
If it's a basketball game, do we get half the ladies' rooms switch over to men's rooms?
What if I'm there to see Jordan Peterson and it's all dudes?
Also, what if you're imagine you're a lady and you walk into a bathroom at the Amway and for the first time you're confronted by a urinal. You've never seen one before in your life. What is this? How do I use this?
Yeah, girls don't have a specialty toilet.
No.
I just realized we one-upped them.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we should invent a girl's specialty toilet.
Okay, I can do that too. Where do you want to go? I can do anything you want. I'm a magical man, Ross, but I think we should invent. What would a lady's toilet be like?
Okay, assume it's the same as for guys. It's for number one strictly.
How about a chair? How about like a seated hole?
Yeah,
that you sit on. Follow me here, right? And you go number one and two into it.
That's a toilet.
It's a start.
It's
just a start.
You know those chairs where you sit down and then you lean forward onto a bar?
Wait, it's like the knee chairs that nerds have. Oh, there's nothing I hate more when you bring your exercise ball Or you bring one of those knee chairs to work, and they're like, "I'm changing my life. I'm gonna get to work, fat ass. Get to work, you fat ass."
You know, I love my wife, right? And she got.
Oh no, did she do that?
She got a standing desk about a year ago.
I do like a standing desk.
She has
That's a standing
never
desk.
moved it up or down one single time.
She wins. She wins.
And she's supposed to sit on.
It stays at the same level.
wins then.
She like she'll lay her chair down like flat so she can get all low, but that desk does not move.
The standing desk. I remember. I think I said this story before, but my buddy the Wizard worked for the government and wanted a standing desk, and basically the government spent like $30,000 like building him a standing desk.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a complete waste of money.
Yeah, a big boy desk.
Because he didn't go through the protocol. Like he brought a standing desk, and they're like, no, we have to,
We have to hand carve you one.
You have to go through protocol and get an electrician,
Use our
a contract,
vendor.
the vendors and stuff like. And then $30,000 later, he's got the same thing he did when he brought his own one in. And then you're like, this is why our kids are stupid. This is why.
We gotta ask the Wizard if he ever uses it one time.
No, they punted it all in the trash as soon as they moved him out. And that's the thing; it's all gigantic waste of money. Anyway,
Let's try this one right here.
Hey guys, it's Bubble Bath Billy. I know you guys have talked in the past a few times about judges giving out like wacky punishments instead of, the standard. And I can't remember if you guys hated it or loved it or both, depending on the day probably. Anyways, I just wanted to share two additional stories that I heard of and I don't think you guys have talked about. One, there was a lady who I guess was impatient when a school bus was letting off kids, and so she drove on the sidewalk to go around the bus, and the judge made her, as punishment, stand like in the median during traffic and hold a sign that said, "I'm an idiot who drove around a school bus on the sidewalk."
Oh, that'd be embarrassing. I wouldn't want to do that one. I don't want to be known as the guy that endangered kids.
Over jail time though, or a fine?
Yeah, I guess so.
you can choose the jail time.
I would
That's
choose
the thing. You don't have to
I'll
do
choose the jail time. I'll tell you why. The jail time will give me a little more cred, and it won't be as embarrassing. They're gonna put me in a soft prison, right?
No.
Well,
Oh no.
They'll put me in something soft.
Because
I'm soft.
Yeah. But all of them, I heard.
All of them meaning the judges or minorities. Which way are you going on
I
that?
really wish prisons did work like that, where they judged you from hardness to softness, and that's how you got.
Yeah, they're like,
sent.
look at him. Look how soft and little he is. All right, come here. You go into a
Send them
Build-A-Bear.
to easy jail.
Yeah, you go into Build-A-Bear workshop.
I listened to Billy Walters. He's the best NFL gambler of all time. His book, and he had to do time for insider trading, which is it seems like the government.
Don't you
just
talk
got
to
him.
him? And we were supposed to talk to him, or did we talk to him?
No.
Don't we want to talk to him? Or is he dead?
He's still alive. He's older, but he doesn't do much interviews. But in his book, he described like he had to do the time, and his lawyers like he's a 100 millionaire, so like he lived a nice life. He came up rough, but he was used to being 100 millionaire, and so he's like, you got to do this couple years in this prison. It's a white collar prison. It's in Jacksonville. So he was like, well, how bad could it be? And he says it's real bad. Comparatively, it's not.
Right.
It's not.
It's just bad.
Society is like, oh, white collar prison. Yeah, go in
Still
there.
bad.
You play some. And he's like, it is horrible and comparative to his life. And so there is no good prison at all. Like it's no prison that's like when you go in there, you're like, oh, it's not that bad. I'll be here for a
The
couple years.
worst prison is
it's all
Donny
bad.
Osmond, Prisoner of Love. It's the worst.
And then there's the Tower of London. You could be locked up in the Tower of London, like all royal stuff right there.
I mean, the real bad one where they send the, obviously is worse than the white collar one, but it's all pretty bad.
Yep. My daughter is here. It seems like a perfect time to use this voicemail.
Okay.
Dan, Tom, I'm listening to the latest BDM show, and Dan, you just told us how Maisie wants to be a Target employee, and this is one of the...
Yeah, so for Halloween, my daughter's costume, we went to Target. She selected it.
Should we bring Maisie in here?
Can you come in here? You
talk
said
to
you wanted
Maisie.
to be on the show. We'll put you on the show. Here.
Andrea is out of town for business.
Yeah, get her right there in the corner.
Maisie came in today.
And then get your headphones. They're right behind you. Yep, strap those on. And then that's your microphone right in front of you. Mr. Ross will help you. He knows his way around this. All right, hold on. I got your mic on now. Let me turn your camera on.
Originally, we weren't planning to record on this holiday today, but because of the hurricane, we didn't get a chance to,
in this house, Christopher Columbus is a hero.
I had a feeling Saul would love
The Sopranos.
Yeah. I thought that was a Saul Tampano?
No, that was Tony Soprano.
Okay. I thought that was Saul Tampano.
Tony.
Yeah.
How you doing, Maisie?
Good.
What's up, baby boo? How are you?
So, Maisie, tell us why you wanted to be a Target employee for Halloween.
Because Dansby looks like a Target. The Target dog.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Dansby looks like a Target dog.
Using your natural resources to your advantage.
Yeah.
I like
Also, the laziest costume you could think of, right? It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty lazy.
But it's pretty unique. Like everybody's a Harry Potter and the alien holding the boy inflatable.
Was there anything
riding
else
the
you
T-Rex.
wanted to be?
No.
And you went there specifically. I'm not kidding when I say this. We went there specifically for a Target vest. She's like, I want to be a Target.
Where do they sell that?
In the costume aisle. It's in a little package, and it's like Target employee vest. I was like, oh my God, $8, we're out.
Mama's being a Target cart.
Yeah, she's going to be, Andrea's going to be a Target basket.
Like a buggy?
Yeah.
Okay, how does that costume work?
Where did she find it? It's
In Target?
Yeah, it's like it's the little red basket you get for like deodorant.
Yeah.
Oh, the handheld.
Yeah, it's that, but there's a hole in the bottom of it, and she just squeeze her muffin through it.
Okay, like a full-size Target basket?
Yeah. Right?
Well, now what are you going to be?
Yeah, exactly.
What am I going to be?
I think Liquid Death.
Liquid Death. I have an old Liquid Death costume. And then I'm like, I'm the Liquid Death you guys bought at Target. We're really lazy in it out.
Okay, well, that's at least kind of in the theme.
Kupo J says I should be a red concrete ball.
To keep suicide bombers from, I don't know. Like, I'm guessing that's who,
I don't
right?
know why they did
to
that.
keep crazy people from driving through the front door. You should be the red concrete
Did you
ball.
have any other ideas of costumes that you wanted to be, or was that really the one that's the only thing you thought of, right?
Yeah.
Nothing else.
And is it because you have a secret plan to dress up in that uniform, go into Target, and steal a bunch of stuff?
No.
No, you wouldn't steal
never.
anything. No, never. Are you crazy? Oh, no way. No way.
Maisie,
Should we tell some embarrassing stories of stuff that we did? Can I tell your story about your joke to Mommy about her Falcon shirt that didn't fit and what you said?
Wait, what?
Remember when she went to put on her Falcon shirt and it didn't fit?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. Ollie North all of a sudden.
She's like, listen, this goes out to some.
She goes, Falcons, more like Fatkins.
No, come on.
Yeah. Didn't you say that was your joke? It was a good joke.
Is she available for roasts?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was really cutting and mean.
Oh, yeah. My sons, they bully me and Chris all the time. They're like, stiff man.
Yeah.
That's what they call me.
Do you want to talk
Maisie.
to Mr. Tom and Ross about the red bumps on my butt?
Oh, come on.
Lots of bumps, right?
Don't let them.
Yeah. Tell them, how bad is it? It's bad, right? It's terrible. Yeah, and you've been trying to fix my facial, like
Maisie,
right here.
that's not his butt. There's a red dot there, but it's not his butt.
No, she's been trying to, like, in the mornings, like now in the morning, she gets up and she does a workout, and then she takes a shower, and then she wants to do a skincare. She's really into skincare.
Yeah.
She says I have blemishes all over my face. I look like an old alcoholic. So she's trying to, like, fix my skincare.
Yeah.
Right?
You got some skincare.
I did. Yeah, I did. I got some Molten Brown. I got some lotion.
He's gonna need a lot, Maisie. Like some creams that you can only get in
special creams. Like Michael Jackson
black
creams.
web.
Yeah, I'm gonna so Mr. Tom, questions for Maisie.
So,
Sorry.
Maisie, I don't know if you have something that a lot of people don't.
Moxie.
Which is
chutzpah.
The chutzpah. The what you can do dance-wise, the amount of time you put into it, the drive you have, you realize that is going to make you rich one day. And it's as long as you continue to have that mentality, you're good. And that's as easy as it gets. I tell my
That's
kids.
a hell of a question.
Well, I'm telling Maisie this, so one day maybe my sons will hear. Because I tell Max and Tommy Maisie all the time, I'm like, you know how hard Maisie works every day? Like, she is going to be the CEO of a company one day, or can do whatever she wants because she knows like what hard work means and how much achieving your goals.
Shut up, Mr. Stiff.
That's what they tell me.
Shut up, Mr. Stiff. Dude, what do you want? Do you want to be a CEO of a company? What do you want to do when you grow up? Because you're a lot like Mommy, right? Like, you're very organized and you read and you like to keep like all of your stuff like very, very organized. And I'm not like that, really, am I? Like, I'm different. What would you say I do around the house?
Drink beer.
Yes. I knew it, by the way.
Yeah.
I was about to scream that out.
This is your Christmas. This is when I bring my daughter in to give Tom his Christmas gift.
I watch football.
Yeah, I do watch football. What else do I do?
You play with Dansby.
I play with Dansby. Yeah. You forgot video games? Mm-hmm. Lots of video games, right? Yeah. I play more video games than you, right?
I don't really play video games.
No. What do you do most of the time?
Hard work. Yeah. She's you're living like a frat boy.
I am. I really do.
You drink beer and play video games all day?
Who got you ready this morning?
Myself.
Yeah.
So what? Dansby.
Yeah. Who did your hair this morning?
Myself.
Yeah. Who got your clothes on? Yeah. Did you do your own washing and scrubbing and everything? Get clean?
I didn't take a shower.
What?
I don't take ones in the morning.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
What's your morning exercise routine like, Maisie?
Oh, yeah. You do it.
Not that much.
Sometimes you do, but what do you...
I'm busy.
Yeah, what do you like to do in the mornings, though, when you do it? You walk on the treadmill? Mm-hmm. She has a little treadmill.
No, it's Mama's, actually.
Yeah, she took Andrea's treadmill, and now she has a little treadmill.
You do some treadmill work in the morning. Oh, my God, Maisie. I mean, that is... you're going to be rich. One day, Maisie, let me be your business manager. Or at least
she's
give
too
me
smart for that.
Well, I know she is, Ross. But if you don't inception her early, because maybe here's what happens. This is why athletes let their mom be their manager or whatever, is because they guilt you into doing it. Like a regular manager would be far superior, get you way more money. But you give it to your mom because earlier on in your career,
you feel bad for her because all she has is her cigarette.
When she was 8 years old, she's like, "Let me be your manager one day," and you're like, "Oh, okay." And then next thing you know,
steals all your money.
Yeah.
Poor Jules. She just wanted to play her guitar and let her mom manage her money. Millions of dollars gone.
Do you remember the fight that me and Mommy got into at Mr. Egg's house? What happened?
Steak or not.
Yeah, let's talk about it for Mr. Tom.
What happened?
So we were leaving Jim Colbert's house, who Maisie has always called, since she was very little, Mr. Egg, because he has a big round cone head with spots all over it.
I mean, she didn't come up with that herself.
Yeah, I think you and I did. Yeah, I think that was a Tom and Dan.
She heard you.
Yeah, but she heard us call it. So you started calling him Mr. Egg, and then we got there, and what happened?
And then his dog stole the brush.
Yeah, Mr. Egg's dog is not behaved. So it's just wild over there.
Mr. Egg doesn't need the brush.
Yeah, and then so what else happened?
Then we were leaving, and then you guys were in a fight because I didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
And then, you were like still talking, and Mama was rushing us, and then you got mad at her.
Yeah, and what did I say?
You're like, "Do you want a steak?"
Yeah, I yelled at her. I was like, "Do you want a steak or not?" It was like that. It was more like that. It was more like that. It was traumatizing for a kid to hear that. Right?
So,
was it traumatizing to you a little bit? Yeah.
We shall hold this.
Is this the day I lose her? This is the day I lose her.
I wanted to talk about work and not about
dysfunction and
screaming if you want a steak or not.
Do you want a goddamn steak? I'm screaming. Right? And then was Mama crying? No. We just get quiet. We just get real quiet, right? That's when you know we're mad, because we get real quiet, right?
Yeah, she cried when we did my room.
Because she thought she'd bitten off more than she could chew, right?
Yeah, she broke my fan.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Broke my bed.
Yeah, and
then Dad was downstairs just drinking beer, playing video games. And Mom's up there doing work.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the hell are you doing up there? Do you want a steak or not? I'm like yelling up there.
No, you were like, do you need to scream this loud? It's not a big deal.
Yeah. I calmed everybody down. I fixed it, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I thought I calmed everybody down. No? Okay. All right.
So, Maisie, what's your goal the rest of this year? Do you got?
You're starting on it today. So what do you start with today? This is an exciting day.
Solo?
Yeah. So today, she gets to go and have her first day meeting with her teacher to do the choreography of her new solo.
Yeah.
You excited about it? Do you know what style of solo it's going to be?
Probably musical theater or lyrical, but usually musical theater.
Why musical theater?
Because I'm good at that.
Yeah, what is musical theater? How would you describe musical theater?
It's kind of like a play or something.
Like Broadway?
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you like that kind of stuff, right?
You got a song picked out?
No.
You don't even
pick
know.
It for us.
Yeah, she doesn't know anything. That's why it's so
You're
exciting.
not allowed to pick it.
Really?
No.
What if they pick a song you don't like?
It happens.
You just got to deal with it?
Usually it's a song I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, usually it's like some old person song, like a lot of that Broadway stuff is,
Sure.
tried and true, so it's usually something we don't know about.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, exactly.
Maisie, will you teach Max and Tommy that they're never going to get anywhere without practice?
Yeah, practice is important.
Because here's the problem. Like Max, he likes breakdancing, right? The problem is he doesn't want to practice any breakdancing.
Moved to Australia.
And every time...
Damn.
I did say Ray Gunn became the most popular breakdancer in the world.
The most famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. That's
you know
all
who Ray Gunn
works.
is, right? Do you know who Ray Gunn is? Oh, there you go. Didn't make it to her algorithm.
Yeah, well, no one really knows. But if you ask them the name of breakdancer, they may say Ray Gunn. They're never going to say any other name.
No.
But I asked Max, I'm like, Max, the only way you're going to get better is practice. And then he tells me, he's like, I got it. Yeah. He's like, I'll come up with a spontaneously day of.
Well, let's talk about that. You know what your weakness
confidence
is, right? Do you know your weakness?
Yeah.
And what is it?
Turns.
Yeah, but like what else do you get?
Faces.
Yeah, because you get into your brain like Daddy. She got this from me. I only give her the best things, which means the worst things. It's when you start thinking or you really get intent on trying to execute, technically, and then your face, you fall out of looking like you're having a good time, right?
You got to smile while you're dancing.
Yeah, that's all part of it, right?
Okay.
So how have you been working on your faces?
Well, just doing more dance.
Yeah, just practicing, right?
Don't you have to grease up your teeth so to keep you smiling?
Every morning I grease her teeth. I grease up Andrea's teeth, too. We are a greasy teeth family.
I think that's something. You put some sort of grease on your teeth.
That's pageants.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think
She probably doesn't have to tape herself up either. Yeah.
They do something like that, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that you have to do for dance.
Sometimes, some kids put chapstick on their teeth.
Yes, grease your teeth. I know.
Yeah, you know.
Hey,
Tom?
I told you, Mr.
I
Tom
apologize.
What is happening today?
I know about greasing the teeth. It's all the tricks.
I thought I knew about the kids today, but they're greasing their teeth out there.
You should start saying that in sales. We're like, I gotta get this guy on the line. I'm going to really grease his teeth.
Also, I know that if you got the money, you could do HGH and become big Baron Trump.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to become the tallest dancer, you can get some HGH, and that's fine.
Should I start taking performance-enhancing drugs, you think?
Yes. Maybe.
No?
Yeah. It'll help his performance.
Yeah.
I play video games better.
Yeah, I would play video. I need to start taking something to do better. Hey,
I don't think height helps you with dancing, does it? Do tall dancers fare better?
Maybe
No.
in ballet. Yeah, there's certain body geometry. I think they're looking.
It's hard to do tumbles when you're tall.
That's true.
Like, Simone Biles, a tiny spark plug. Get you a tight little ball.
Yeah,
big lanky.
You want to learn how to do. That's your goal,
slow.
right? To do a backflip. Weren't you saying that yesterday?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know how to do a backflip.
He does.
You want to learn? Your dad didn't tell you that I'm the king of backflip.
Yeah, Castleberry backflip.
Watch a couple videos of him doing it before you accept his tutelage, though.
Well, I can't. I mean, I need a tall structure to jump off of nowadays. I can't. I used to be able to do it off this.
You ever backflipped off a Firewatch tower, Maisie?
Slow.
Classic dancer style. And now performing the Water Tower backflip is Maisie Dennis, number 865.
Anyway, I'll teach you, Maisie. And then once once you get a little older, we'll get a business. Then I'll show you how to get into business.
What would you and Mr. Tom have a business in? What would you guys do? What would your business be in?
Seafood. Maisie said she wants to start a seafood business. But here's the thing,
She wants to compete with the current. Go right up against her. Right up against her favorite restaurant.
But no, I'm going to own the current.
Well, you better tell Mike Smith that.
We can buy it from him. He'll be willing to sell it.
It's probably hard to do.
But and also, you don't want to. You just do all the marketing. You'll be doing the flips, opening day,
dressed in a shrimp costume. Would you do a flip in a shrimp costume?
Yeah. That's the thing. And I'll pretend.
I guess I'm in the shrimp costume.
No. We need Maisie for the marketing. And then you'll be doing some flips. Opening day, we'll have some.
It'll be perfect.
Wacky inflatable arm tube men. But we're gonna get all our seafood from black market.
It's gonna be
retention ponds.
Don't eat at it. Don't eat it. It's not, go to the current if you're gonna eat the seafood.
What's your favorite kind of fish to eat, Maisie?
Shrimp.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's a shrimp lady.
Okay.
Yeah, all about the shrimp. Well, we got to get out of here. I got to take you to choreography.
Yep.
All right.
So we will see you tomorrow, and we'll come back on the BDM show. Enjoy.
You know what? Until then, listen to the Orlando Talk Show with me, Ross McCoy. You can find it on any of your favorite podcast apps.
Yes, and if you're not a BDM, as Ross stated, because he's a pro, you can sign up at tomandan.com/registration.
And Ross, you're going to be anywhere?
23rd, I'll be at 12 Talon's Brewery for that Christmas show I was telling you guys about. I'll be appearing as R.L. Stein. And then first and third Saturday at the Bone Bush, it's that comedy showcase I can't say the name of on the radio.
There you go.
We will see you tomorrow. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got Scotty, Emily, and Kara here from the Orange County Regional History Center. How's everybody doing?
Give me a blast. Oh, is it not working? Hold on. Now try it. Is it working now?
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Nothing?
What is...
Oh, there it is.
Hey, it's working.
So the History Center asked us to be involved in a project.
I don't know why.
Doing.
I don't know why, especially after that horrible intro. We're like, is it working? Is it working? Is it working? Why would the History Center ask us to do anything after it's like, oh, is it working? Hello? Come in Rangoon. Radio Freedom.
So
sound like an old propaganda radio in World War II.
American GI.
The project is called.
That's what they did.
Is it called the Orlando Collective?
Well, just Orlando Collected.
Okay, Orlando Collective.
Yes.
So
Orlando Collected or Orlando Collective?
Tid.
Yeah.
Tom had it right.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. I think I had it wrong, but I also can't talk.
But I said it in a way where I could have let you take the W, right?
Yeah.
I said it in a way where you could go like, yeah. And look at me.
That's called the Magoo. I had it wrong the whole time.
Yeah.
I just got through it.
Yeah. And then I pointed it out, but in a way to let you know, hey, I think you got it wrong. Correct it.
So
we have a love language. We have a special language.
So part of the Orlando Collected is that local. And now, how are you choosing the people that are choosing the items? Are they just local influencers?
We're doing a horrible job of explaining it.
Why don't you explain it, Scotty? I don't know.
Scotty, I feel like we have these young professional people on our couch. And maybe,
I don't know why I do that.
Maybe one of these young professional people from their professional organization within our wonderful city of Orlando, Florida, could explain.
Why do I make it so hard on
I
myself?
don't know. You made my eyeball sweat. You started making my
I choose the hardest way to go. You're the host.
At them and you're like,
just look at the guest and be like, tell us what's going on. It's so easy. It could be so easy.
It is so
but
easy.
instead
We
of
try
that,
to make it hard.
I'll be like, well, I don't really know what's going on, but I'll try to explain it in a horrible way.
We try to make it hard. Then they're talking about having a private conversation before the show, and I interject myself into the private conversation. I start talking about their friend Jeremy. I had no right to do that. That's not my friend. That's not a person I even know.
Sorry, Scotty. Tell us
why
what's
would
going
anybody
on.
want to work with us?
Do you, Emily? Do you want to take that the explanation of how this? It's a pretty unique process. this
Okay,
time
here we
around.
go. Scotty's powering 3. He gets it now. Thank you, Scotty, for being an adult.
So essentially what our exhibits team did was sat down and came up with kind of Orlando influencers, or we were referring to them as celebrities. So people who are prominent within the city of Orlando.
I prefer celebrity.
You can be celebrity, that's fine.
I like an influencer because that's above celebrity now.
Influencer.
Yeah.
Influencer. What do you put in a wig? You're dancing on TikTok. I'm old Hollywood. I'm Brad Pitt. I got my kids taking my name off the end of their names
Look at
because I'm such an animal.
Rob Schneider is a celebrity,
Oh,
but
right.
he's no influencer.
Yeah, right. Elle King, though. Elle King, on the other hand, is a influencer.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
would be more influencer.
Yeah. Well, she's now.
We picked bad. Those are bad examples.
Sorry,
Those are terrible
back to you,
examples.
Emily. So you picked some influencers.
Yes, so they put together their list and then they reached out to the celebrities or the influencers to see if they would be interested in choosing objects or archival pieces or photos that will be in the exhibit next year. So you each get to choose a piece. We put together a list for you. You get to tell us kind of what...
That's how dumb we are. They put together the list.
It's a pretty overwhelming collection. so to
You guys
tell
have a lot
people
of
to just pick something would
Yeah. And by the way, if you ever email me and ask me to choose something, I'll do it. I'll choose.
We'll do
anything.
anything.
If you give me a list and be like, "Hey, I just wanted to know if you'll choose something off this list," I'll do it. It's easy for me to do. I'll pick something.
I have a problem with people's GoFundMe's. Can't not give to them. My wife is like mad at me. I give to everyone's GoFundMe hundreds of dollars, and she's like, "You have to stop." And I'm like, "They need help, man."
So
starting a GoFundMe.
So how did you pick the items? Like, how many different items do you have to choose from? They're like kind of
in
locally...
the entire collection.
Yeah. I mean, because you gave us a list of a lot here.
We have, objects alone, over 10,000?
Tens of thousands.
Yeah, tens of thousands. And then our photo collection, our archives collections, we probably have over 100,000 things.
Whoa.
So that's why anyone that was reached out to, it was kind of like, give us some idea of things you're interested in, and the collections team will put together a list based off of that of about 10-ish items from the mass collection, so that you don't have to sit there and go through thousands and thousands of things to try to figure out which one thing you would like.
I was kind of hoping we'd go through the thousands, but suit yourself.
If you gave me a list of 1,000, I'll go 31.
That's true.
Yeah. I always go 31.
We had a rule back at our professional radio days when we had to do something that was mandated. We do at least 3 pages correct. And then the other hundreds of pages, we would just sign our name, Donald Duck, fudge.
Yeah, because they only look through the first
they only
three.
look at the first 3 pages.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they must have done it all.
Yeah.
So are we going to go over the list right now? Because I have chosen my item.
I have not. I'm still on the fence.
Okay.
I'm a little on the fence.
So
we have a list here of our community curator, Tom and Dan items.
So the first on the list is our 2 blue seats from Tinkerfield. Now, these are the original seats from the baseball field.
Mm-hmm.
Would these have been there during Martin Luther King's speech?
These, yes, I think so.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big.
Now, what about Earth Day Birthday 2?
Yeah. Well, that was the best set. No, he's not kidding. That was the best set that I'd seen of Nonpoint. And I think Nonpoint did, or was that Evanescence? I think it was Evanescence, actually. They may have never played Earth Day Birthday.
So I when I saw this, I was like, oh, Tinkerfield,
yeah,
locally.
That's a good one.
You know, the amount of, you're talking about Martin Luther King, like the amount of things that have gone through Tinkerfield in Orlando is
we
crazy.
had a beloved minor league baseball team for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I would be there right now. I like baseball. I think it would be very fun, but we don't have that anymore. So, I mean, yeah, I think that's a very good one.
Now, the second item, Mr. Color TV.
I feel like that's what you call yourself in the bedroom. Right? I feel like you're like, hey, Mr. Color TV's here. Hey, all right.
What exactly is this? The Mr. Color TV.
So Mr. Color TV was Bill Bear, and he owned 4 stores throughout Orlando. He was the largest color TV retailer.
I'm Bill Bear. That's the best name for selling TV. I'm Bill Bear, and you're gonna love my TV.
Yeah. We're going to bear down these prices.
Yeah. I've been hibernating all winter to save you some money on a TV.
And you know the location of his store because it's on Mills Avenue, and it still has this mosaic outside that's bears. If you've ever noticed, that's a wedding shop now.
That's the old boxing. It's a boxing place now, right?
No, I think think it's a wedding place, isn't it?
I think it's a wedding shop now.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, I get wedding and boxing. Sorry,
it's a fine line.
Same thing.
Understandable.
In my household, we're tough love.
You know, I'm kind of disappointed. Speaking of history, that there are humans that have seen way more advances than we'll ever see.
Oh yeah, we got the crawl.
Yeah, and even our kids. I feel disappointed that our kids won't see as.
No, but we just saw it.
You're
being negative. You're being negative. We just saw yesterday. They landed the booster in the chopsticks.
Yeah, but we didn't see the original moon land. There are people that saw. There are people that bought a color TV from Bill Bear, and when it was first come out, and then they saw the original moon landing, and then just saw.
I'm going to put it out there. Do you guys have a TV to go along with this? I feel like somebody in this town has a Bill Bear TV with the sticker on it that says Bill Bear TVs that you should now donate. Under the sign, there should be a real TV.
We'll take it.
I wish we did.
I'm sure somebody has it. I've been having good luck with just putting things out into the universe, and then people will just contact me and be
yes,
like,
please.
Yeah, I did
I
that.
would love that.
I wanted to work with Jeff's Bagels. They say, hey, I love this. They're hi Dan, it's Jeff's.
We do have something from his store that is on display all the time. Mm-hmm. Can you guess what it is? If you've been in the building, you've walked past them. It's a little duo.
I'm not familiar.
These taxidermied polar bears?
Yeah! Oh, that was in Bill Bear's colored TV shop?
Mm-hmm. Each store had a bear.
This guy's awesome, dude. This may be my. You're changing what I'm going to choose now because I do like the legend of Bill Bear, Mr. Color TV. The fact that he called himself Mr. Color TV makes me build up this in my imagination white Cadillac. He's got a TV in the front, a horn that plays they're driving around, and he's like, I'm TV man.
You would think his official mascot would be some sort of rainbow. Why a polar bear? A polar bear is just white.
Bear. Bill Bear.
Oh, okay.
That's how dumb he is.
Well, he's not selling. It doesn't do with bears. It should be a rainbow. It should be some painted canvas. Something to represent color.
Coca-Cola uses bears. There's nothing to do with it.
I know.
A polar bear holding a TV. Watch this, or I'll eat your head.
No, let's move on.
Yeah, I think we ran out of jokes on that one.
So the next item.
Oh, this was really creepy.
Is a creepy ass doll called the Faye doll, made by L.F. Halstead.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that?
Even the name. It's like, hey, I got you a toy. It's from L.F. Halstead. That sounds creepy, right? It's not like, hey, it's from Galoob. Yeah. It's from Kenner.
And the doll looks like a ghost already.
Yeah, looks like a dead baby.
Its face is faded, and old dolls are creepy.
She's actually handmade. So L.F. Halstead was an Orlando artist.
I didn't mean to besmirch her name.
It's okay.
I take that back.
There's not too much known about her, actually.
Well, she wasn't a good doll maker, I'll tell you that.
She's hand painted, and she is horrifying. I love her because she's horrifying.
Love her too. She's yellow too. She got that nicotine.
She's super old. Everyone's afraid of her. I wanted to pull her this morning. Kara said no, she'll haunt us.
1897 is this doll? Holy smokes, this might be my one.
Yeah. That is.
She kind of held up considering that.
Yeah.
when you have the 100,000 memories of a million bastard sons inside of you, I don't know what that phrase is. Yeah, when you have a tapestry of everyone's nightmares inside of your vessel, you're eternal.
Now, the next is a sign for the Orange County Museum,
which obviously Walt Disney copied for his Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Accurate.
That is a haunted ass sign.
Yeah, but we were
just
first,
because it's
right?
old.
Were we first? That would have been before. What's the time on that?
Yeah, that would have been before Haunted Mansion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that is straight up the Haunted... Well, maybe they all looked like that at the time. I don't know, but that looks Haunted Mansion-y. Pretty damn good.
We're unraveling a scandal here, I think.
Yeah, I think... Well, I mean, he came here and basically pillaged our land, right? And,
No, he brought joy to the hearts of thousands.
There you go.
He did.
And billions of dollars.
All right, let's keep moving here.
Okay, next up, Daniel got a good laugh at this one. The commander.
I told you I haven't been called that since college.
The Commander Ragtime sign from Church Street. What is this now?
I'm going to let Scotty talk about that.
Well, I used to work there.
Oh, my God, ladies and gentlemen.
The original Commander
Ragtime is here. Holy smokes, it's Commander Ragtime.
Yeah, back, that was actually my first job when we moved to Orlando in '88. And these signs were actually done by, I'm not going to explain this very well, but like authentic circus sign painters.
It's a dying art, man.
Bob Snow had these commissioned, and they were gorgeous, and we have one.
This was my front runner because of just the fact that it had to do with Church Street and the fact that like I would go there as a kid, and I thought that this was like it was the definitive Orlando to me. Was Church Street.
Oh, yeah.
When you walked in that spot, I never got to go more than, and it's so funny that I say it was definitive to me. I went twice. You see what an impact it made on me? Like, we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't come to Orlando a lot. Daytona would have been closer. You go to Volusia Mall. You don't go to Altamont Mall. You don't go to the good malls here. I remember the minute I set foot in there and I saw the arcade and everything and all the gift shops, and it was very much like a theme park. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable, dude. I was like, this is the best place in the world.
Now, Daniel, you know music. Explain to me, because when I think of ragtime,
it's a piano.
Right? Okay,
Scott Joplin.
But I also think of like
my mom really liked playing a lot of Scott Joplin ragtime piano. They're old rags, like.
So what is that? What kind of music is like? Yeah, they're shaking their hands and kicking their feet.
Yeah, you could go with that.
That's how bad white people are dancing. They invented a dance that's just shaking their hand and then you kick your feet.
Let me give you a little ragtime and see if we have some. I should have pulled. Oh, here's Scott Joplin. Great, perfect example. Oh, hold on. We got to get through this Trivago ad.
Trivago? Is that still a thing?
On, here it is. This is The Entertainer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Classic.
Oh, my mom played this a billion times. It's like... It's the music that you...
silent film, right?
Yeah. I go more cowboy, like the guy's playing it, and then he's playing that on the piano, and then I walk in, and then everything goes quiet, and they're like, oh, Dastardly Dan's here.
So next up, we've got the oldest voting machine in Orange County.
That's not true. That's not true. Jim Colbert is the oldest voting machine. Hey, got him, you old bastard.
So what is this? I think I just described exactly what it was.
You're doing it backwards. Very good. Very good. That was better, but you need to ask them first. Not describe it.
Sorry.
I mean, that's what it is.
Confirmation. Great confirmation.
God damn it. What I have a problem just going through a list. I'm going through a list wrong.
I know you are. It's like you don't know how to go through a list, which would be like a real problem for people, right? Like
a radio show host.
It should be like if I give you a job application.
What I'm best at.
If I gave you a job application, it's something. Let's just say like Chick-fil-A, and at the top it said, "Can you follow a list?" And you're like, I'll see you later, guys. Like, I'm out. Can't do it.
Now, I think this is the one that I'm going to choose just so I can say if they still made them like this, they wouldn't have so much steel. Look at this thing.
Stop the steel.
It's a gigantic metal box.
It does say America when I look at it, though. It does. Like, it's extremely important. It's freedom. Like, I don't know. It says 1950. I'm wondering what election it would have been used locally. Probably would have been the last time it got used. Or
it says machine. Is there actually any?
There's a little person inside.
Is that actually what they would go up to vote?
Yeah,
It
it
opens
opens
up.
up like a cabinet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it hides your.
That's your privacy.
Yes.
Yeah. They're real chintzy now. It's just like a little. It looks like a picnic table you'd buy on Temu or whatever. Like now,
but when you say machine, it implies there's some mechanical parts to it. So there is like you put your vote inside the thing and it holds it down in the box.
I call that a mailbox. That's called a mailbox.
It's just a dresser, right? Where you open
this is
the
a metal box. Maybe
like,
that's why everybody's so confused. It's like we've been calling these things machines. They're just boxes. So let's start with that.
Yeah. Well, nowadays they're actually like it actually records.
Nowadays there's some old grandma out there with an AR trying to make sure I'm doing the right thing.
This next one is super creepy. Although this
one's great, dude. This one's also perfect because that new Terrifier 3 movie came out.
Yeah.
And if you look at this guy, this clown,
It does.
This is who is this?
A Raleigh doll clown. What is this?
So this was a big toy at the time. It's kind of like a Weeble Wobble that shows how
It's
old.
like weighted at the bottom.
Yeah,
It
it
won't
shows how
fall
old I am.
over.
Like you can just bat this thing around and it will not fall over. It'll stand upright every time. The cool thing about it was that the family who gifted it to their son was a pretty prominent family. Their son actually went to college and died of a burst appendix, and this was his childhood toy.
So his
So it
ghost
has, like, a
lives
creepy
inside of it.
story.
Inside of it now, yeah. Until another child that is of the right proportions can take this toy under its wing, and then the ritual will begin.
Yeah. Then it enters through your appendix.
Yeah, it does.
And then explodes out of you like an alien.
Yeah, it does. It does. And then it kills your family and burns your house to the ground.
So I was curious to the next item. It looks like some sort of decorative egg. What is that?
That's the body of the clown.
Is it?
Oh, that's the button.
Oh, yeah, yours got 2 pages.
This guy doesn't know. This guy doesn't know how pages work. You're really making a lot of. You're real. That was the worst thing you could have done after the other thing. Is you're like, what's this Fabergé egg you got here, Scotty? You gonna call?
Well,
it
I don't know. It looked like a whole new item
That
in the
looks like a
page
goddamn Fabergé egg that they had in the Ming Dynasty
with that clown hands.
You need your glasses, dude. He doesn't have any glasses at the studio. All of his glasses. You left all your glasses at the dog track, didn't you?
The next, I take it off one now.
Throws them on the ground at the dog track.
So the next item is the item I'm going to pick, and it's a Civil War amputee saw.
That's got every soul in it. That is
now.
Because you know what I heard? I heard that many of the people on the battlefield would do this, and obviously we knew that, medical procedures were very crude back then, and it would save people's lives. But the people that would do this sometimes, in order to do that, you'd have to have a screw loose, right? Because it's a kind of a weird thing to do.
Sawing off.
So you become bloodlust. You'd become you'd be like, let's saw it off. Oh, I got a mosquito bite. Let's saw it off. You're sawing everything.
Now, this is very important to my decision of whether or not I'm going to pick this item. But is this a north or a south saw?
Okay. That's a good question. If it's a south saw.
Do we know that?
I don't know. How would you tell?
The donor's grandfather was an Orlando surgeon. So
probably
that's a
Confederate.
south saw.
But he could have come down here from New York.
New York City!
There's a lot of that, by the way. So
hey, the water's better. The bagels, the pizza.
So is there any way to confirm that, this person had this in their family for, generations and then donated to the History Center?
Yeah, it seems that it kind of got passed down the family. They were doctors. It seems that way. And then it came to us as part of a Civil War surgical kit.
Whoa.
There's actually another piece of this that will be in the exhibit that's a box with a whole bunch of surgical tools in it. And then there's amputation saws separately.
Yes.
It looks like what is in a haunted house. So I guess it's the crazy doctor that unrolls all the saws and
I've always wanted
pokers.
I've always wanted a leather bag of razor blades.
Now, next up, McElroy's ant poison. What is that?
This is crazy, right?
Yeah, that is.
It's still in there, right? The
the poison's still in the bottle.
Yeah.
How much? I'll do a spoon of it.
I mean,
I'll do one spoon at the exhibit. At the exhibit, I'll stand there. I'll dress like an ant.
If you do that during the media preview,
I'll dress like an ant.
Perfect.
You get me an ant costume. I'll dress like an ant. I'll stand out there. Now we have Dan dressed like an ant.
Does it?
And I'll take a spoon and I'm fits fine.
Like medication, does it dull after years?
Yeah.
It becomes less potent, or is it more potent?
Should have a half-life, right? Like most, I know just all I know is from pain pills, and they do lose their potency because
But not totally.
I'll have some left over. I go to get them. I'm like, it's a hurricane party.
gonna have to take two.
I go, hurricanes are coming. I'm like, I didn't do nothing.
So did someone donate this, or like
An ant did? I don't need that.
How do you acquire something like that? Old ant poison.
I think this particular one came in a kit of medical stuff. It was a big medical donation.
Okay.
Because McElroy's was a pharmacy downtown.
So this is like Orlando brand ant poison, if you think about it.
Yeah, like the local hardware store.
Yeah. It'd be like having
Jim McElroy.
Yeah, it'd be like having a Tools Ace hardware ant poison bottle, and then from now, and you're in future person. Mm-hmm. Very good. Okay, I like that one.
It's arsenic. I wouldn't try it.
Right. Yeah.
It's mostly arsenic.
Yeah, and they made their poisons better back then. That is I wouldn't take it.
Everybody
now.
knows that.
Well, it's like everything else. Like the paint on my car is so soft now because they take all the stuff that makes it they're like, sorry, you're killing the world, so we got to take the stuff out.
Did you know all the snow in the original Wizard of Oz was all asbestos?
Yeah,
I saw that on a meme.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And now I know it.
I did know that.
Don't tell me.
You get your information.
I get all my information through
TikTok,
tiny videos and memes.
Yeah. Did you know I have a poster of the little person who hung himself in the bathroom?
Oh my god!
It didn't really happen. It was just a myth. But there is a poster. There is a shadow that looks like a little person hanging himself.
So, and the last, we have an ID card from the Casey Anthony case.
That's real. That's literally the creepiest one, I think. Anything with her name on it, right? Is just like barf.
It's just some random person that was at the trial.
So what they did during the trial, because it was such a media sensation, was they made special ID tags for people who had a reason to be in that area. So basically, if you didn't have this ID tag, this guy was on the facilities team. If you didn't have this special ID tag, you were not allowed in that area. It's like as a county employee type thing.
Okay.
It was more for that reason because just like I used to work at a hospital, just side note, and someone was admitted who did some really horrible things. And if you looked at his record, you were automatically fired because you had no business. You weren't working on his case. So it was kind of the same thing where if you worked for the county and you didn't really need to be in that area, then they made special badges for those who did.
We all knew what was happening.
Absolutely.
And I had friends that were in that area, and I can remember even just friends of mine that would go down just the curiosity of wanting to be involved in something like that. Certainly it's not something that I want to do, but it is fascinating to many, many people. It's a circus.
Yeah.
So it becomes something that people want to get in there, see it, or I want to read the dirt.
Yeah.
How many different items are going to be in this exhibition? And this is again for April, so this will be all the collection will be put together for April. All the influencers will make their choice.
Celebrities.
Yeah, I like
the
influencer sounds better because celebrity could be you're just famous for nothing.
How about luminary?
I don't even understand what a luminary is.
I don't either.
It sounds like
I've always thought it's government. That I am so awesome that I radiate light.
But how many different items are going to be in the exhibition?
So the goal is 150.
Nice.
Because it's 150 years of Orlando. We're celebrating the 150th anniversary of the city. It's 150 items, but there will probably be more than that, just some supplementary things.
Nobody's going to count.
I mean,
I don't find 150 Orlando influencers. You're going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel.
You better put right Jim Colbert down, I guess.
Yeah. Having a beer with Mike.
Having a beer with Mike. You guys remember that?
The original, what are the guys, the Family Automart?
No, I think he's gone.
A couple of them. Their kids are
Ralph Kazarian. You're digging up everybody. Like the old, Who was the guy that had the cowboy hat sign on Colonial where the boba place is, or the I Fix You Break is now? It used to be a cowboy. It used to be like a paper-mache cowboy.
Oh my gosh.
You get that
I miss when people were such egomaniacs that for their business they would have rednecks build a paper-mache model of themselves and stand it in front of their business.
You guys literally have your face around it.
We're close. I wanted to do the Baldwin Park wouldn't let us.
Yeah. We wanted to do statues out there. They were like, no, sir. It's too expensive around here.
So, again, just become a member. The Orange County Regional History Center. thehistorycenter.org is the website.
Again, it's another great. It's a good sort of a date thing to do. Whenever they're having exhibits or things that you can pop in, it's definitely worth your time. The Music and Mayhem thing, I still get people talking about that. Like they can't, like our listeners, it's resonated with them so much. They love that exhibition.
What are some current exhibits going on now that?
Oh, sure. We've got Cover Story, which is about Watermark's anniversary. They've been on here before, and that's up till December 15th. Figurehead is up, but it's coming down February 2nd to make room for this exhibit that we were talking about that you guys just participate in the process of.
We didn't pick our
you still have a picture.
Do you have yours? I have mine now.
I want Civil War amputee saw just because it's just so morbid and crazy.
Okay, and they did get me because they started spider webbing out the history of it, and I'm going to change mine. I think I'm going to have to choose Mr. Color TV just because of the story of the bears and them the bears being in there. Like that's really cool, like to me. And then I could see this guy. He seems like a sort of a fun, larger than life character. Whenever I say that, people are like, "Oh, he's a horrible person." Like when you say things like that.
I've seen a picture of him, and he was a tall guy, so I think he probably was a character.
Fun, like
a cool guy.
Like the guy that throws the tire through the window, or something. Like I like a business owner that is screaming and yelling. I like that.
Stressed out. He carries a gun.
Always, you have to. You have to have a piece.
Guys, thanks so much for coming by.
We appreciate you guys so much.
And again, the History Center, you can check out everything, thehistorycenter.org, and we will be right back. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Joe from Fairville Megastore is here. How you doing, Joe?
So good. It's so good to be here with you guys.
Very good to see you. Happy spooky. It's Spooky Eve, right? It's spooky month, spooky time.
Well,
all things spooky.
Fairville Mystery Theater is happening tomorrow, October 16th.
Yes.
And you can, how can people get involved, Joe?
Well, they can come.
Yeah, they just have to show up, right?
They just show up. Yeah, wear whatever you want. Come as you are. We can all just let off a little steam for a minute, right?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I have things. Oh, they're here. Things for you guys, little gifts.
Uh-oh.
Just, we've all been through a lot. Here's some fun. Ready, set, catch?
All right, ready, set, catch.
Okay, ready, set, catch.
Okay. Oh,
ooh,
fun
nice.
Stuff.
Okay, and then I brought one for Tracy. Absolutely. Okay. This is just, little fun. Let's just giggle. I'm so excited to be here to giggle with y'all today.
Got,
hold, please. They go with the posters.
Okay, all right, sorry.
Go with the posters.
Well, before we start, I was at Fairville Megastore yesterday with Crystal.
Let's talk about it.
And I was doing some shopping I've been telling you guys about this goth party that I'm going to.
You also needed a new anal trainer. You're going up in size.
I looked. Me and Crystal walked through everything.
Where are you at now?
So
you used to be.
I'm following you.
I can't even think of anything. I can't think of anything that would be approved.
It's the gauge gets bigger as you get older. But anyway, we walked through Fairville.
Did you hold hands when you walked through?
Did some hand holding. I tried some stuff on.
Yeah.
I will tell you I got a
boner
a goth kilt
Oh, you got a goth kilt?
Yeah.
Those kilts are hot.
Yeah, dude, those are badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
oh man,
and so-
you're gonna look like a guy that plays World of Warcraft,
That's so good.
right? He's gonna look so gothic and so World of Warcrafty. Oh my god, you're gonna look so nerdy.
The quality
In the hot way, though.
it's a leather.
Oh, it's so well made. You brought him in one time.
Yeah,
Oh, Deborah did.
Deborah did.
Yeah.
Deborah brought in the. Is it the leather one? Or
It's the leather one.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
you ponied up. You could have gotten canvas.
I might have a boner.
You could have gotten the tactical kit. That's not even possible. And Joe's making it happen.
It's so well. I'll die with this kilt.
Yes.
I'll have this the rest of my
If you
life.
pass it down to your sons, they'll be fighting over it. Tommy will be like, "I'm the rightful heir of
That's
the
right.
kilt," and then Max will be like, "It looks better on me. I'm cool."
Crystal bought some boots. Some
stomping
ones?
boots.
Which
You're gonna
ones?
have her stomp your plums.
they
Oh man,
they're
she's
knee
gonna
high.
stomp 'em.
The white and pink ones.
No, they're black. They're jet black.
Goth, gotta go goth.
Got to.
and-
I forgot it was goth. I thought you just said golf.
No.
I'm totally imagining you playing golf with a kilt. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Don't bend over and pick up your ball.
I go to a golf party.
I'll
I'm like,
get
oh
your
my
ball.
god.
I'll get your ball.
I heard it
I
wrong.
was about it.
I show up, everybody's in a
Everyone's just like Tiger Woods.
Colorful loudmouth
Oh, great.
shorts.
So Crystal
the
got
gay bagpipers here.
So
Come on in, sir.
So
Crystal got her bitch and boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, and-
and he's gonna have her stomp his grundles. I mean, stomp them flat.
So gonna wear 'em.
Because when I first met him, he asked me. He said he was gonna have to go to the hospital because it was
this is
all
not
black
true.
and blue down there. This guy's sadomasochist.
So,
I mean, we all have a
why do
thing.
you keep telling us? That's
We
not
all
even
have a
true.
thing. It's fine. I
Yeah, this guy loves
So-
the pain.
The good thing about Fair Villa is you can put together a custom costume for Halloween. So, like, obviously,
Every little you want socks. All the way down to like little little jewelry on your face or a belly chain or what do you want?
So if you're looking for a Halloween costume, because you can go to a lot of places that you can get the generic, you're going to end up showing up. There's going to be another person dressed
I
like
went
you.
to Cappy's for my Halloween costume.
And so Crystal, she's looking for a goth theme, and she put together
Or boobs
three. Oh yeah, she's got a
Jacked up.
Yeah.
Jack 'em high. Take 'em up high. Tell them Large Marge sent you.
And
take advantage.
So she picked out a couple different things and put together a costume, which is unique. Because usually you have to get the whole thing, which
everybody's wearing the Among Us.
Well, I mean, bag costumes are great, and they're super on sale right now. Actually,
and Fair Villa has those too.
Yeah, we grab and go, right? If you want a little convenience, but I love the fact that you got to customize and personalize. And I'm Fair Villa. I mean, this is not what I normally wear on a Tuesday. So I'm the check out the shoes. I know that the camera's been all weird, but the shoes are fabulous.
No, you're fine.
So, as a matter of fact, Samantha is there this afternoon with our one and only, the fabulous Erica Ulrich, who is a stylist of all stylists. She's actually our C3PO. She's on our leadership team. And so Samantha's meeting with the best today to walk around and customize her build. I think it's Festival that she's getting dressed for. So.
Yeah, she's got Fest in Tampa. Normally she goes and she does like I think her and her husband have had a tradition where, and a lot of people do this, where they go to the punk rock festival Fest in Tampa, and then they dress up each show that they go to, or each day that they go out.
It's
so
like
they
a
have
theme.
They might do. I think last year they did a cyberpunk day one, and then the other they did like a spooky one. And then you do like Where's Waldo one day, or
and as fun as Halloween is, and that we get to have a good time with it, and I don't even want to stop and pump gas in this outfit today, but we also can do this year round at our stores.
Sure.
And that's what's really fun about the opportunity that we have to play this week, because we've all been just got through so much. And so to be able to just let our hair down, wear a fabulous kilt, some rock high boots, right?
Yeah.
Get out with our friends and just have some fun. That's the whole intention.
And I misspoke. I said Tampa. It's Gainesville. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place today. I'm all over the place.
You can be where you want.
I realize, because none of this is really my personality.
Yeah, this isn't
like,
thing.
yeah. But
I'm very proud of you for going, and the kilt was not something I expected, buddy.
Well, Crystal told me I got to start having fun.
Yeah,
or,
you've been saying that.
She's ruining. I'm ruining.
You're ruining
everything.
your life. Yeah. You're ruining my life.
And then, but I reframed it in my mind.
I too have had my wife say, "You're ruining my life." So continue.
I still want pictures of the kilt, though.
Oh, you'll see. You'll
get some
I'm
pictures
having
up the
like
kilt.
new smut thoughts.
You need pictures up the kilt.
You should see.
Look like a worm in a hole.
The top I've chosen.
Please tell me you
Is
win.
it mesh? Did you
I
go
hope
mesh?
you win 2003 Hardy Boys mesh with thumb holes.
Iridescent mesh.
Iridescent mesh with
Yes.
thumb holes where you put your thumbs through it to hold it down. You look like you do a German techno dance.
What I realized
grommets.
is my fun is other people seeing me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, we like to see you look like a big doofus.
And then other people
And they're
laugh.
like, look at this doofus who hates every second of his life.
When other people laugh at me, then that's my fun. I see like other people having fun. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, now I see.
Well, they're all laughing.
I'll do
laugh
whatever.
too.
I have a totally different theory. I think that you in a goth kilt is like your reality. I think that's that's your baseline.
In what
and
reality?
This is your
This is
mask
true
right
self.
here,
This is
right?
true
Yeah.
self. This is your mask.
You're letting your freak flag
this is
fly
your mask.
is your thing.
I'll do anything.
Yeah, this is your There have been clues.
Don't
right?
tell me that.
There have been clues.
I mean,
clue number one: you shave your pubes with baby oil down to the skin. You're a freaky goth mother effer. Dude. You're not this business weirdo you've been trying to get us to believe. I'm are a greasy goth. You're a sexy goth.
It's sexy,
weirdo.
not greasy. Sexy goth. Yeah.
Well, it's greasy down there.
No, I am not uptight at all. That's what people think I'm some. Like,
I don't think you're. I've never said you're uptight.
I was upstairs looking at the jackhammer. Tell Chris, I'll think you want the jackhammer. I'll buy this.
Can we talk about upstairs?
Please.
Can we talk about upstairs for a
Which-
second?
which?
If you go into Fair Villa, and I mean this when I say this, if you go in there and you just shop the bottom, and then you're like, the stuff upstairs maybe a little too crazy, you're insane. You got to go up there and at least walk around to see, because I don't know if they're still there, and you guys change your inventory like on the day.
Absolutely.
So there was a time when there was a personal massager up there that I think was close to $850, and it was gold plated and remote control. I mean, there's some museum pieces in there.
There are literally some museum pieces in there, actually. We have an amazing museum of the history of vibration. We do. There is a glass case, little known fact, actually. There's a glass case upstairs in the back to the left. Tonight or tomorrow it will be next to the popcorn. And there is this glass case that has all of these historic, like the first vibrators and what they first looked like in like the 20s and 30s and... I think there are phallic Egyptian things in there.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
We work with every Science Center, History Center, Fair Villa, Vibration History Center. We work with them all.
We
are
honor
all
the
about
things
the
that went before us. We honor the things that went
We
before
do.
I
respect our elders.
Walking upstairs and then showing Crystal, I'm like, this is the womanizer. It has a different pulsate. And then Crystal's like,
womanizer's where it's at.
Crystal's like, how do you know so much about all these products? I'm like, Fairville's been coming every month for
10
years.
For 10 years.
They've been showing me all these products. I know everything about them.
You want to hear something funny?
I can work at Fairvilla.
You want to hear something really funny?
Yeah.
Andrea's womanizer. I was going to say my womanizer. Andrea's womanizer, right now, you could put a blue tag on it. It's like a classic car. I don't even have the new one.
I mean, it's a timeless piece, but there are upgrades, kind of like an iPhone. They do amazing things.
You'll see
But can I
You'll
just
see
hold,
Andrea's
please?
womanizer down in Old Town.
Can we just, before we move on to anything, I have to say what's amazing was the hurricane theme song. So,
oh yeah, I'm glad you like that.
I got to share that with people up north. It gave a little giggle in the middle of a thing, and so I just want to say thank you so very much.
It had a butt plug joke in it. Come on,
Come on. I was like, we have made it. We've absolutely made it.
Yeah,
so, that was very exciting. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, let's go. Are we going to do the posters
Yeah,
now?
let's do some fun stuff. Okay.
Right.
So here's the deal with we'll get to the so here's the deal with what we wanted to do again was paying homage to our legacy. We've been doing that all year, right? As we try. Oh, look at this. Oh wait. There, okay. So, as we've been paying homage to our legacy, so our Halloween party, which is an annual and epic event, has been for decades. Happens tomorrow night at the Megastore at 7:00, and it's the Fairvilla Mystery Theater. So we turned the entire thing like last time where we did the roadside stand.
Yeah.
This time we are creating worlds upon worlds. So you're stepping into 12 different worlds, and the first one, where are we at? Here we go.
Yeah, there
and
you go.
First one is actually Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. I mean, this came out. We actually talked about Velma and, right? It's the ginger. And
if I'm just going to go out on a limb, and we all know that Shaggy got that draggy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
You think it's the other guy.
No, it's not Fred. Fred is Elevator Fred. Shaggy got the draggy.
Shaggy got the good stuff. That's what I'm saying, right?
Trust me.
So, but it's skinny guy thing, right? That happens.
It is.
It's a thing.
Yeah, skinny red. There's a reason that skinny redheads, but skinny rednecks in porn have literally made. They are the body style for male porn stars.
That's because we look at trucks first.
Yeah, that's true. There you go. You heard it from John.
Trucks and hats. Okay, so Scooby-Doo. So anyway, we're going to have games. Everything's fun. As a matter of fact, I think in your bag there might be a Scooby snack.
A Scooby snack?
Right?
Oh, my
what
God.
is that?
Let's get high.
Yeah. And the fun part is at the Scooby-Doo station, so we are going to be focusing our 420 products. We've got some CBD products that are amazing.
Oh, my God. There's ecstasy in here.
There are things.
What?
This is trick-or-treating to the new degree, gentlemen. We leveled up.
We've got...
So we also have the creature from the Blue Lagoon. So we will be playing games. As a matter of fact, I think that there are tentacles involved upstairs.
What? You're going to tentacle people?
Have you seen, are we looking at the poster? Hold on, I'm trying to get
Yeah, I got it up.
All right, no, look at this, right? Wait, here we go. See this thing right here? Woo!
Oh, that thing.
The tentacle.
That is not actually a tentacle. Are you feeling me?
This
is in our stores. And available for people who are into alien fun.
That's an alien wiener.
Okay.
So as each of these features something.
Is that the creatures?
The creature wall. Have you seen it? Have you seen the creature wall though? It's amazing. Well, this one.
Yeah.
All right, we're next door. But so Barbie, we've got shoes, we've got accessories. You played there yesterday.
Can we go back to the creature for a second?
Okay.
Let's analyze. What's it take to get Andrea into one of those? Like a car salesman. Like I'm talking to my wife. Like, babe, what's it gonna take to talk you into a tentacle today? Cash on a barrel head, ice cold air, all the toys.
Maybe you don't even know if you're a tentacle lady.
You can share because we have creatures on one side.
Oh, Lord.
And then we have aliens on the other.
Okay.
Do we recognize this?
Aliens.
We've seen these in here before.
That's the auto blow.
This is the stroker.
Oh, it's the stroker.
Yeah. I saw this yesterday.
I know you did.
Now, can I just say, we have set up a farm. There will be, I believe there's cow invasions. There's like,
Joe took her ecstasy that's in the bag. She's freaking out now. There's a cow farm in here.
There is a cow farm, and I believe that a UFO, that you're playing a game where you're kidnapping cows. I believe that there's a thing. There's a lot going on in our story.
You're going to be kidnapping cows.
That's a weird
fun as hell. Like, what are we doing tonight? We're going there swinging through Fairvilla for some tentacles. We're going to kidnap some cows using a tractor beam.
Is that a euphemism for something?
I used to go cow catching every night in college.
Have you ever done the tipping thing?
I caught them good.
Catching or tipping?
Both. Yeah, catch them, tip them, eat them, whatever.
You're going to tip them first. All right. Come on.
So you, of course, have to have a drink to be able to do all those things, right?
Yeah.
So check out our vampire bar.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Now, recognize it?
Yeah.
Isn't that fabulous?
Yeah, you did some great Photoshop on the...
Are these amazing?
The Lost Boys.
Yeah, right? This is actually Debbie. There's some incredible creative stuff on our
done,
team.
Debbie.
Right? She did incredible. We also have classes happening upstairs. Oh, can I pause?
One thing I noticed, vampires or Draculas.
I call them Draculas.
This is the whole thing.
They'll often eat or drink regular blood out of a wine glass.
Like you're just shoving it in my face at that point.
Tomorrow night, you're being served them in a blood bag.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
isn't that fun?
Like it is fun, but I think what Tom's saying is put it in a Stanley like everybody else. I don't want to see your blood.
No.
I believe there might even be a coffin cooler.
You know, like if I ate number 2, I'm not going to carry around a diaper. All right.
Oh, that's a lot.
The thing is, the Draculas like to drink blood out of your neck.
But they carry the glass around. They're flamboyant.
No,
that's their way of saying this could have been you.
I feel like you have to serve him the blood in some sort of Capri Sun bag so they could bite into it, mimicking the way they normally drink blood.
So you're saying they've never addressed the fact that are they sucking it with their fangs like a snake? Or injecting?
Yeah. Or
no, the fangs are just for piercing. They're licking it with their mouth.
And then
I feel like tomorrow night you'll have options.
Yeah,
that's true.
But I feel like they'd be more comfortable piercing a Capri Sun and then
it's all about them being comfortable.
That's what they would prefer.
Speaking of comfort,
you're a great host. You really are the best host. He's worried about his vampires. He's like, put it in a Capri Sun bag. We're
gonna let them run wild around the store.
Crystal, do we have any Ziploc bags? I want my vampire friends to be able to sink their teeth into something, and all we have.
You're so thoughtful.
And all we have is Tervis tumblers.
Why would they drink it out of a wine glass? Like they would prefer to drink it out of a Ziploc bag or something they could pierce.
Fleshy.
And then something like that mimics the way they like to drink it.
They're flamboyant, and there's nothing. It's the gayest way to drink blood is out of a wine glass. So they're flamboyant.
I don't feel like that's.
Joe, just power through it. You have to just power through
Mummy,
it.
what do we got here?
You're walking through the mud.
The Mummy. Speaking of comfort, actually, so we do have a couple classes happening, and one of them is going to be hentai, which is rope, and we have decorated the whole upstairs. Have you been to the 2nd and a half floor?
Second and a half
with the lower ceiling.
Right.
I haven't been there, but it sounds like my place.
You're going to want to go there tomorrow.
That's where it gets I mean, there's
real.
There's something crazy in there.
Something for everyone. So the Mummy will be no exception. There's actually rope on bundle sales tomorrow for anyone who's excited about that. And while you're upstairs, you can also experience. Have you ever guys played with electric play?
Oh yeah.
Oh okay. Yeah.
So we're gonna have one of our educators, one of our Fairville University educators upstairs, actually showcasing some of the ways that you can play with that and have fun with the neon wands and enjoy it safely and understand it a little bit, so it's not as scary. It's kind of fun when you know what you're doing.
I'm kind of
tickly.
Oh yeah, Frankenstein. He
got the bolts in the neck.
You gotta shock his boner.
It's the only way you can do it.
Do what you can, right? So and then
I love
outside,
Slimer holding lube.
How fun is this?
I mean, it's something.
There's actually a new product this season called Sex Slime, and it's very fun. If you're, slime's a new hot thing. It's a thing if you're into that stuff, and especially if Ghostbusters is cool.
You just confirmed it on your sign, but as a little boy, I would laugh at the Ghostbusters phrase, "Bustin' makes me feel good." I would laugh at that. But that's because I'm that guy.
That is still true, no matter how old you are.
Feel good.
Nice. So, of course, we have to honor the one and only. And let me tell you, this is going to be so super fun. So, we've turned the entire back training room into a black lit graveyard. So it's a neon party, and we're doing crafts where they're all in black lighting and there's neon paint, and it's going to be a glow party, and it's super cool. They've created a whole world back there. So in honor of Beetlejuice and all the cool things happening this year, if you say it 3 times, you can visit the world of.
No, I love it.
And I still hope that you guys are going to come. Doesn't that look fun?
So you guys have so much, it's always like the drinks, the food, the
Fairville knows how to put together a party.
The crafts, the games,
the music,
something to get you talking.
And our personal stylist, Erica, as we were talking about earlier, is actually going to be walking the floor. So if you're still kind of wondering what to do, or you have a couple pieces that you want to try to style, she's going to be walking around and doing free styling for people who are there at the party.
Oh, damn. So you can just go there on a whim and be like, well, you want to go get a costume?
I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, that's a good
absolutely.
idea.
It's a perfect date night to go and pick yourself up a costume
this is
and
coming
enjoy.
From the guy that took his wife there yesterday and actually had a smile on his face this morning. My God, he walked in like a new man.
Can we just, it's free. We just want to open the doors of the community to just come have some fun. Just shake it off. You can come as you are. You can come in your work boots. You can put on your costume. You can bring your his, hers, them, and theirs, your neighbors, your lovers, your friends.
Well, like any other small business, though, when I see that you do all of this photoshopping and all of this games and prizes and everything, and it's for free. It makes me look deeply into Tom's eyes, because he does this with our beer fest, and I'm like, oh my God.
Which we're so excited to be part of again. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Well, it's such an old school Bill. The whole Fairville team, he's been doing these type of free mingling events for 50 years.
Since Tom, our previous CEO, was from Disney. And the one thing he wanted us to do was create an experience for everybody who came. And we want to carry on that legacy with pride. So we are kicking it out.
Very cool, man. That's a good one.
Listen up, people. Enjoy these Fairville parties while they're going on, because in the dystopian dystopian future when we're all
free.
living on the internet.
Nothing
like,
is
you
free.
can't experience.
Don't miss it.
Where there's no more stores.
He's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a.
He's right. Who would have thought that Tommy and Maisie actually had it right? Like I'm in my store era right now. I like going and seeing merchandise, man, and touching it and seeing everything.
I think we
It's
got
more
into
fun.
a digital space and then we missed it. You know, we need that connection. COVID reminded us how yucky it can be when we're not connected to each other. So
especially,
happy to see all you guys tomorrow night starting at 7.
We
7 to
are
10.
social people. Very good. So get your friends and family, whoever you want to bring out there.
And of course, we're giving away like $4,000 worth of incredible stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes they give away some really high-end products. Normally, I mean, I think I'm safe in saying this. You're not going to leave empty-handed.
No, everybody. I mean, do you see your goodie bag?
Yeah, everybody
That is the bare minimum.
I've never gone, like, I always end up getting some sort of, you get some Flint meds, you get some lube, you get some coochie cream.
Yes.
You get, there's always something.
And let me compliment you guys on your very nice dressing rooms.
Thank you. Do you know that those are the original theater rooms?
Oh, no, really?
Yeah. I felt at home in there. I was like, oh my God, the ghost of all my ancestors. I feel the true. I don't know if you know this, but this is the inventor of the Thinking Box.
Oh,
the Tom Van.
I've seen your logo.
That's a callback, but it was the Tom Van Thinking Box. That's just the original Bill Murphy Thinking Box.
That's true. That's so true.
When I was in there putting on my kilt.
But aren't they cute?
Which, by the way, I didn't know that it opens all the way up like a towel, and then I was trying to step in it like pants, and then I was like, why am I doing this? Never put a kilt on.
You know what else is cute? The bathroom is super cute, and I think that's important to note because a lot of people have like a perception of what stores like ours could be or what they used to be, and they are so not. Fairville is such an exception. It's such a fun place to be and safe, and it feels good,
and it's comfortable.
It's comfortable, and it's pretty.
All the
and it smells good.
Yeah. It's like if people think I'm awkward when it comes to this, like I'm walking around Fairville, totally like
you've been in there.
No, I know, but it's like
100 times,
and then everybody there is super chill,
cool.
and like all the employees are super helpful.
Is that hard though? I mean, I know there's not a lot of turnover because you've had a lot of people.
Can I tell you something? When I took this job, literally one of the things was I'm one of the new kids on the block.
Yeah.
There are people that have been working in our stores for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Wade, our CEO, started as a nighttime guy in Cape Canaveral 26 years ago because he didn't want to get up during the day.
I love it.
And now it's just so fun.
A lot of the people that have been there reminds me of like a hardware store for dildo.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's so family.
It's your mom and pop shop for dongs.
It's like going into A. It's like ding dong. The door opens. It smells like hoses in there. You're walking around.
It doesn't smell like hoses.
No, I'm saying like in my fantasy. We're walking around.
What's the rubber, Jeff?
Walking around.
We use good products that smell good.
The old guy in the back making a key.
Well, again,
smoking.
Fairville Mystery Party, Fairville Mystery Theater Party.
Yeah. They dropped it in the chat room. The 16th, 7 to 10 p.m.
Free.
Totally free. Go hang out. Go be a part of it. And surprise your loved one with something super fun.
And you guys, like, I was, when Crystal was looking at the boots for part of her goth costume, I was like, well, maybe they, I don't know how many different sizes. They got to, like, the amount of inventory you guys have is incredible. All different sizes for every body type.
Everybody.
And that makes a huge difference, too, because a lot of times Halloween costumes are like one size fits all. And these are all specific.
Thank you
tailor-made.
for bringing that up, because I'm very proud that we support everybody.
I mean, like, definitely, if you're a little guy like me, it's the only place I can get a costume at because they got all the sizes.
If baby got back like me, you can still be cute.
You do bring up a funny thing.
Yes.
Bill Murphy, Deborah got me one time. I was playing drums and I needed a jumpsuit. I wanted to be an astronaut. She got me it was like an extra small. It was like the tiniest astronaut. I still have it somewhere now. It's the tiniest astronaut. It's the orange jumpsuit that they wear before they get into the thing. I was like, where'd you find that? They got everything. So yeah, definitely check them out, especially the Mega Store. Joe, always a pleasure seeing you.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you.
Chat room is loving it. They will see you out there. And anything else?
Lots of different locations, by the way. We're talking about the Mega Store is where the party's at. That's on OBT, but there's a location in Sanford. There's a location on the coast. There's a location in Secrets Hideaway. There's a location in Palatka.
Key West.
iDrive.
Yeah, iDrive.
And
Key
you can
West.
always shop naked on Fairvilla.com.
There you can. Yeah, absolutely can do that. I was hoping you would do all in with this. And I just thought of it right now. We saw those awesome roller skates they had in Sanford. It's too bad they don't carry like jet black roller skates because a roller skating man on a kilt. Right?
I might know someone.
Roller skating on a kilt jet, black. Goth.
I'll make a call,
The
gentlemen.
goth roller skater.
Too drunk for that. Roller skates all night.
But you love to like, you love.
I might change my costume tomorrow. Come see.
He loves a challenge, going fast.
All right, we will take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Corporate Time.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch. We are live on YouTube, and we'd love for you to join us. Just search at Tom and Dan Live if you like watching podcasts.
We also have our BDM private party coming up this Saturday. If you're a BDM, then
you know.
Yeah, you got an invite. If you are a BDM, you didn't get the invite, let us know. We'll let you know the information, but it's kind of an Oktoberfest themed party at one of our partners, and it's this Saturday, and we got some games.
So
and,
in case you're wondering, we'll be at the old vape shop. There you go.
Also, we've got Battle Business Beer Fest and Sofa and Suds coming up November 23rd and 24th.
You might have a brewery. You might work at a brewery, and you might say to yourself, hey, I want to be a part of Battle Business Beer Fest. Our buddy Jordan from Cholo Dogs, he's like, hey, I want to be a part of the Battle Business Beer Fest. You can be a part of it.
Yeah, email us.
Shoot me an email, show@tomandan.com. We'll make it happen.
It's one of the few beer fests that nobody makes money on.
Nobody makes money on it. There are no rules. It's just
our sponsors pay for the infrastructure of it all, and Mo DeWitt's a presenting sponsor, and he helps us pay for all the stage and the band and the sample cups and the wristbands.
He's a good man.
Our other sponsor, Fairvilla Megastore and White Claw, help us pay for everything else, and then is literally just so everybody can come out and have a good time
It's really
for free.
just for you to have a good time.
And you get a sample cups, food trucks, live music out at Sanford.
Maybe an ego stroke for us. We look at it, we're like,
I mean, we're not doing this pure. We think. And this is
we think it helps keep the boat afloat.
We think it was this got to be good for our own publicity, right? It would help the listeners. We give back to the listeners.
It's pretty easy.
Maybe some new people.
We're just giving fat people free beer. It's so easy.
There is zero evidence to confirm that it's helped us at all.
No. That drives Tom crazy.
Yeah.
If you know him, that you know that if he can't quantify it, he don't want to try it.
I'm just guessing.
That was good.
I'm guessing at this point, after more than a decade of being in business, that it's helped us.
Yeah.
But it's only a guess.
Yeah.
Maybe we'd be more rich if we had charged $50 a ticket.
I mean, the guest we're going to have on today is an extremely intelligent person, and some could say she could consult, and this person might look at this event, consult it, and be like, guys, this is what the problem is. This is what's ruining the business.
You need to charge $50 a ticket.
Yeah.
If you make $50,000, and then at the end of the day, you walk away with 20 in your pocket.
But for right now, it's a free beer fest that you can be a part of. Show@tomandan.com if you want to do it. If you happen to have a brewery or work at one, reach out. Are you ready, buddy?
Yeah.
Here we go. Tom wanted to do a bit. He called it Weird Job Wednesday. Dan really likes it. Tom says that's bullshit. It's another Weird Job Wednesday. What are you doing? What is your job? Are you neat? Are you tidy? Or are you a fat slob? Do you make lots of money and you sit up in your tower looking down on all the people who are working by the hour? It's a Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Oh yes, it's Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Weird Job Wednesday brought to you by Jeff's Bagel Run.
Hey!
Lots of locations in Central Florida. A free app. Always boiled. Never toasted.
Doesn't need it.
Delicious. Jeff's Bagel Run.
Yeah. Many locations for you and your family to enjoy.
Sylvia's on the line. How you doing, Sylvia?
I'm great. Thank you so much.
So, Sylvia, what is your weird job?
I am an accessible travel writer, which means that I get paid to travel around the world in my wheelchair and write about the accessibility or lack thereof of places that I go and basically record it all in a photo and video.
So
that's pretty amazing.
This is,
and we've talked to Sylvia before about what she does, because we're going to get into some of the newer jobs that she's kind of like. She is clay, and she just keeps putting more and more jobs on the, to build up this amazing thing. So hey, thanks for being on the show. We appreciate you taking the time. So where are you? Are you traveling right now, or are you home?
I am home. I was actually out at NASA at Kennedy Space Center yesterday and the day before. I was on their social team to basically document the Europa Clipper launch, and I was the only wheelchair user out there, so I got to be able to bring in my audience of people with disabilities into enjoying the space program and literally be right up front and up close to the SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket launch yesterday.
Oh, that's killer. We were just watching that.
So, Sylvia, my first question is, you have, because on paper, this is the dream job, right? You get paid to go on these adventures, these vacations, destination trips,
places people want to go.
Your room and board's taken care of. Like sometimes other things are taken care of. They want to, they want you to write about certain things, so they'll give you that experience. They'll give you the tickets to the show because that show wants promotion because they know you're going to write about it.
Sounds hard though.
And then but what tells me this is hard to get into is because it's seemingly a dream job.
Right.
Everybody would want to do it, but I'm guessing it's hard as hell to build this to be your job because it requires making a ton of different relationships, correct?
Yes, I mean it took me 8 years to get here. I started my travel blog 8 years ago. After I got divorced, I moved here to Florida, and I started getting back into travel to heal. But you're doing a lot of writing and a lot of traveling out of pocket. I mean, it's a tax write-off, but still, it's not cheap. So it takes a while to build up that social media audience, to get the followers, and not only that, but to get the interest of destinations, because they want to know that you're going to reach the audience that they are targeting. So yeah, it's a lot of investment, and even though the work itself sounds glamorous, but it is like 16 to 18 hour days nonstop, no sleep for 5 days in a row. So it's really exciting, but it's a lot of work.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, and also it's
on top of it, I mean, she just basically started a job. Here, I'm just going to create a job out of nothing.
Yeah,
which is the hardest job to make.
And when you create a job from nothing, it requires you putting a lot into it for free,
and love,
with no guarantee that it pays off.
Correct.
Like you're putting a lot of effort,
self-gamble,
and money. Yes, people need to realize when you build a dream job, it's going to take a lot of your own money, blood, sweat, tears at the beginning to even have a chance. And sometimes it's just a chance. It doesn't mean that you're definitely going to get where Sylvia is one day and now be going to all these destinations.
True. I mean, to become a commodity, you have to work really hard at it. So what would you say are some of, if not the biggest in the beginning, were some of the harder hurdles that you had to get over in order to get this thing sort of going?
Well, you have to differentiate yourself. I mean, the travel sphere is huge. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a travel influencer, right? So the first thing was obviously establishing my niche, which is wheelchair travel, disability travel, however you want to call it. And there are very few of us in this sphere, so that makes it kind of easy as far as establishing your niche. But then you have to establish your value to the market that you're targeting. So how am I of value to Celebrity Cruise Lines or to the state of Michigan or any other destination? Why would they want to hire me to come in? How am I going to give them the best return on investment? So I have to market myself as saying, hey, it's worth your limited travel budget to bring me and write about and do photo and video about your destination. So it's a lot of factors that go into it, and you have to remember business sense. It's not just, I want to fly to Paris and do all this glamorous stuff. How am I of value to the Paris Convention and Visitors Bureau?
Wow.
So, Sylvia, I'm curious to how you choose your destinations. And I'm guessing now you're getting contacted by people that want you to experience their destinations.
And not
you can write about it.
Not everything may be a good fit. Do you have to sort of pick and choose now? Are there things that you won't do? Or that or have there been any instances of that you could tell us about?
Sure. It's actually a combination of both. I'm very fortunate that I'm now in a spot in my career where destinations reach out to me, and usually they won't reach out to me unless they know that they have at least a fair amount of wheelchair accessibility. So I've gotten contacted by places that never in a million years would I go out of my way to visit because it just doesn't seem like an exciting place. But then I go, and of course, look, I'm getting the VIP treatment, right? They want to show off their destination, so they send me to the best, most accessible sites and attractions, the best restaurants. So it's pretty cool in that regard. But there have been some instances where, for instance, that they don't have accessible transportation, or if I were going there on my own, I wouldn't be able to get around very easily. I need to have public transport that's accessible, or accessible taxis or things like that. So that's often one of the biggest challenges. But if they don't reach out to me and there's some place I want to go, I just do the research. I go, hey, this sounds like a cool place, or I've always wanted to go there. And then I'll reach out to the tourism board and give them my pitch and send them my media kit and my proposal, and let's see if we can work together, and this is the value that I bring. So it's a combination of both.
That's dope.
Sylvia, let me ask you a question that I'm sure you've dealt with before, but it's something that me and Daniel are very familiar with, being in media, okay? Because you're in media as well, and you have an audience, and because of that, this situation happens.
Now she's acting and doing voice acting, but we haven't gotten to that yet.
I am.
So let's just say there's a local client that wants to bring me and Daniel out to their place, and so therefore they can give us money to talk about how good it is, right? Right. And so we show up and it's bad.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's literally,
like,
it's disgustingly bad.
Yeah. But now I feel the pressure.
We already spent the money.
Because that money's already spent, Sylvia, because we have certain habits in life that are very expensive, and if we go without them, I mean, I'm going to doo-doo my pants.
Yeah.
Because,
we're radio guys, too. We've got ex-wives breathing down our neck.
Yeah. A bunch of ex-wives. So we want the money, but then we were like, oh, my God, this place is a dump. And how the hell?
Not even that it's a dump. It's literally unsafe to our listeners. And we're going to be promoting. We're going to be promoting to send these people to a place like. So I mean, obviously that's an exaggerated example of something you would deal with.
So then we have to just tell ourselves, like, all right, let's just get the money and lie to the listeners. But everybody does it, so it's fine. And then that's what we tell.
It's like steroids in the NFL.
If everybody's doing it, then it's like
an even playing field.
Yeah, you're not going to be the one nerd that's like, wait a minute, this place isn't good. You're like, no, you're going to ruin it for the rest of us, nerd.
So obviously we jest, but that's what? Do you have to do that?
Yeah. So I don't lie. First of all, I'm very clear. I'm very clear with my destinations that I say, look, because it is, you said that it was a safety issue or unsafe. That is absolutely 100% an issue for my demographic. So if I go into a hotel and I'm getting paid to stay there and it's not, it's not accessible in as far as being ADA compliant or something, I always tell them, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. If I'm going to write about it, I have to say, like, look, this is not working, or this is not, ADA compliant. However, I don't want to call it an out, but it's a way of making it sound a little bit better, I guess you can say, as being like, oh, this is garbage.
Right.
Though there are a wide variety of disabilities and capabilities. So just because something doesn't work for me as a power chair user whose legs don't work doesn't mean that it wouldn't work for, let's say, somebody in a manual chair who has a lot of upper body strength, or somebody who uses a wheelchair but is able of taking a few steps. So it's easiest for me to say, like, look, this doesn't work for me because of my specific disability, but it might work for somebody who's able to do X, Y, Z.
Gotcha.
So I'm able to soften it up a little bit that way, but I'm very clear with them up front that I tell them, look, if this isn't accessible, I'm going to say it. But they also want the feedback. The destinations definitely want me to tell them, look, this isn't accessible, or this isn't going to work, because how else are they going to fix it or make it better if they don't know what the problem is? So they always welcome. They always welcome that feedback.
Yeah, you got to be honest about it.
Sylvia,
what are we doing? You know?
I'm curious. I have no idea if this happens, but now that I think about it, like it just popped in my head. I was like, I bet you this does happen because there are a lot of crazy people out there. Sylvia, are there people that can walk and are able, but then pretend to be in a wheelchair so they get extra service?
Oh my God! I've been doing it for the last 3 years. I'm in one right now. No, I'm joking.
Bigger rooms, and is that a issue in the wheelchair community where you'll find? Like,
God, I hope not.
And do they?
I think I know the answer is going to be yes.
Yeah, like have you heard of that?
Well, right here, not stone's throw away. We see that at Disney. Unfortunately, Disney has had to modify their programs for waiting in line for rides and everything several times because of people taking advantage of the process. And unfortunately, it's made it incredibly difficult and challenging for us to take advantage of those kinds of programs.
Yeah,
and you have to register.
Yeah, like if you took your wife and mother-in-law there and then started telling people you were impaired when you were not.
Get a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Listen, that message has spread around in Castleberry and Deltona.
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard that a lot where like, just get a wheelchair, fast pass, just pretend your mom,
It's unfortunate, man.
And then I'm like, don't say that out loud.
The number one car in Deltona is a wheelchair.
Aren't you embarrassed to tell people that?
I know. So do you, when you're doing this, have you ever gotten, like, I guess 2 questions. The first one I had is there an area of the world that because you are doing this professionally and this is your thing, that you would just advise people, you're like, this is the hardest area for people that have issues to get around?
Oh, let me guess, Middle East.
Well, I mean, I'm just going to guess.
It depends, actually. I've been to Dubai, and Dubai was actually amazing for accessibility, with the one exception, the sidewalks. Like, they have put in, Dubai didn't even exist 30 years ago, so everything is pretty new. I was able to do a lot of stuff, but they don't have curb cuts on the sidewalk, so just crossing the street is incredibly challenging. And I'm like, you guys spent all this money to make all this stuff accessible, but you can't use the sidewalk, which is crazy. But obviously the lesser developed countries are going to be the most challenging. So Africa is a challenge, South America and Central America are a challenge, Southeast Asia. But then there are other places that were surprising, like China. Like, I went to Shanghai, and Shanghai was incredible. Hong Kong was incredible. Seoul was amazing. So sometimes you'd be really surprised, and there are more and more accessible tour companies in lesser developed countries that are trying to work to make them more accessible for visitors. So things are definitely improving, but those are the most challenging parts of the world.
Sylvia, let's say I lived not in the United States, because there's disability laws that require me to have the ramps.
You want a looser area.
Well, let's just you picture in your mind looser than the United States, whatever that means to you, right? And then say I'm a business owner, I'm cheap, right? I just care about
Okay, that part's true.
And
Checks
then,
out.
And then, so I want Sylvia to come check out my resort, but I don't really have any ramps of any sort.
Yeah.
But I will hire 2 my goons to stand at the bottom of stairs, and then they'll
just gonna carry you around.
They'll offer to carry you up the stairs.
Wheelchair slaves.
Yeah, no, I mean they're employees.
Well, we won't call them that.
They're like the
we'll
handyman.
Call them WCSs. We'll call them WCSs.
There's always, as a business owner, you always have local goons around that
they're
are
drug addicts.
like EJ's a local goon. Big Tim was a goon. He moved away.
EJ is not a local goon. Oh my God, he's so weak.
And then would that be acceptable for 2 goons to just lift you up and down the stairs and be like, I'll make them stand there 24 hours a day.
But I think the point is to be independent, right, Sylvia? You don't want to rely on goon power.
Right. And that's true. And you don't even have to hire people. Like, for instance, Mexico is one of the most welcoming places as far as the people and what they're willing to do to make you comfortable and make you happy. And there are lots of stories of wheelchair users who have talked about, really kind people at some of these all-inclusive resorts, where they will carry you and help you to go down to the beach or up to the stairs or get in wherever. Now, they don't have the same liability issues that we have here. Ultimately, it's up to your personal comfort for what you're willing as far as people touching you or lifting you. Like I love going up in helicopters, right, and doing helicopter tours.
Oh, me too.
And I was in Cape Town, South Africa several years ago, and I wanted to do a helicopter tour of Table Mountain. But, obviously the helicopter isn't accessible, but I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, pick me up and throw me over your shoulder like a sack of potatoes if that's what you got to do to get me in the helicopter.
Yeah.
And I was rolling by, and they're like, I'm like, yeah, I want to do a helicopter ride, but, here I am. They're, oh, no, we got you. And, yeah, they literally just picked me up and put me in the helicopter. And in Bermuda, they picked me up and put me in a golf cart so I could drive around the beach in Horseshoe Bay and see all the cool stuff. And so, yeah, there's always somebody that's willing to help you and help you experience what everybody else does. But it's really up to your personal comfort and if you're okay with somebody touching you and picking you up.
We got this from you last time when you were in here and we talked to you. We got that vibe of, like, you experience a lot of life because you're not afraid of humans. Like so many people now are so afraid to ask their neighbor or just the Joe average for help. Most people will absolutely help you, like without, a doubt.
Yes.
So.
Yes, and that's kind of a self-limiting thing too, because I'm an incredibly independent person. I live by myself, travel alone, go out all the time here locally in Sanford and in Central Florida to do fun stuff. But asking for help is hard because it's a vulnerability.
Sure.
You don't want to appear weak, and that's obviously a personal issue. But everywhere I go, it renews my faith in humanity because other people are genuinely. It makes them feel good to help you, and they want you to have a good time. So yeah, that's a personal hurdle to get over, but people do want to help.
I like refusing the help and then making everybody awkward as I struggle to pull myself up onto the helicopter.
And
I'm trying to whip my legs.
I got it. You keep saying, I got it.
And then you're like, no. Every time they try to come over to help, I'm like, no, I got this.
Take your seat.
And then I'm screaming. I'm screaming.
But you do it. Yeah. 2 hours later.
Sylvia, where can people find your blog? And then I guess the last question is...
Well, she's voice acting talent now. I wanted to touch on that just quickly. How did you get into that? Because we're going to have you in again to talk, but how did you get into acting and voice acting?
Well, the acting part, I got a talent agent a few years ago, and I've been auditioning and actually just got my first acting role. I am in episode 7 of The English Teacher on FX.
That's awesome.
It just aired. Yeah, it just aired. It's a very, very short part, but yeah, it's my first acting job, and I'm very excited about that.
Oh, that's killer, man.
And so for voice acting, I got into it during the pandemic. I had just got my talent agent. I had just started going into screen acting. I've been on TV a million times for documentary stuff and for cable news, but I had not done the acting part. They said, look, get a little bit more training, and then the pandemic hit. So I took an acting class, and then they had a voice acting seminar. I did that, and I was good at it. And within a few weeks, I was getting paying jobs, and I made a lot of money in a short amount of time just setting up my studio here in the house, and it was all just because of the pandemic.
Oh, somebody in our chat room, this is so cool. Somebody said, oh, my God, I texted my sister a picture of her on The English Teacher last night. That is so dope.
Oh, nice. That is awesome.
That's man, it's always good to see people that we've had in here continue to thrive and succeed. Please don't be a stranger, and sorry again about the email mix-up, but it is always
no worries.
Always a pleasure to talk to you and see what you're up to. I mean, I guess next time we'll talk to you, you'll be in your own movie. You'll be an action-adventure star or something?
That'd be great. Yeah. And until then, you can find me on my blog at spintheglobe.net, and you can find me on Instagram under spintheglobe or Sylvia_Longmire.
There you go, Sylvia Longmire, spintheglobe.net. Sylvia, thank you so much. We appreciate the time.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk to you soon. See ya. That was... I don't do enough. When I hear people like that, I'm like, you lazy.
You're so traveling
lazy.
The world in a wheelchair.
Yeah, you're so lazy. You can't even use your legs to work.
Although I do want to just open my truck door at Publix and be like, carry me. Carry me to Publix.
Carry me to the suburb.
And see if anybody will do it.
I would do it for you. Do you think anybody would do it? If I opened the door to my car and just sat there and said, help, I need someone. We should do that as we should start doing, look, everybody's doing it now. This podcast thing isn't working out.
Okay.
We're going to start doing really lame TikTok content. I'll just sit out, dress up like some goofball. I'll dress up like a grandma. I got a wig on. I'm laying in my car. Help, somebody carry me. I'll do, or you do the thing. I'll give you $1,000 if you carry me to the sub, man. And then they do it. You give them $1,000. They spin a wheel. You shave their eyebrows off. I've seen all of these. Supreme Patty, all these guys. They do all that dumb stuff. They're just walking through. This is what comedy is now. Walking through a parking lot. You find a homeless man. You're like, hey, we shave your butt hairs for $1,000. The guy's like, oh yeah, I'll do it.
That's 90s radio. It's all recycled.
Yeah, it's all the same stuff.
All right, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
Hollabox is here.
Hey!
We've
What's
got
up, guys?
Chef Pat, Eric, Greg Runge is here. The new Hollabox 3 now.
Yeah. I like that. I should have written a song, but I didn't know Greg was coming. Can we just call you Grunge? Hold on. Let me turn your mic on. There. Try it now.
If you need to.
Yeah, just because Greg Runge, doesn't it just sound like Grunge?
So
that was a Dave Grohl and a Nirvana. In case nobody. I just want to make sure that people
the grunge.
The Dave Grohl Nirvana. I gave him a little Dave Grohl. Can't say his name anymore, right? Everybody hates Dave Grohl now.
No, that's between him and his wife.
Let's talk to the Hollabox 3. I want, because there'll be a tiebreaker here unless it's unanimous. Raise your hand if you still like who we were talking about.
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl, thank you, Grunge. Dave Grohl, raise your hand if you still like Dave Grohl.
I still like Dave Grohl.
I still like him too.
Yeah. I don't.
Oh yeah, I do. Eric would be the holdout.
I don't know what he did. I just wanted to be different.
He cheated on his wife. Well, I mean, we don't know that.
Allegedly has a secret child.
Yeah, secret child.
I don't think it's a secret anymore.
No, and it's a daughter too. See, and that blew my whole theory of like, well, it's going to be a boy, and then it'll be the Jon Snow of the Foo Fighters, and that kid will end up being the most popular kid because that's the unfair male advantage that I keep telling my daughter about. Preparing her.
Also, when you hear...
Sorry, we are going to talk Oktoberfest, but I just felt like I need to go in a direction. I apologize.
Like, I don't know if other people are like my wife, but when my wife hears...
angry.
That Dave Grohl cheated on his wife and had a kid out of wedlock, she internalizes that and thinks...
She's connected to Grohl through his music. There's an emotional connection there.
What if TC did that to me?
Yeah. And then what does she hear you saying? I've got another confession to make.
And then she projects that anger onto him, and which is ridiculous because you have nothing to do with this man.
It doesn't affect your life.
Also, you don't even know if his wife knew about it. Who the hell knows?
She could have been in the room.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't know the relationship.
It could have been a commander scenario where it was like,
who cares? It's not anything to you, but she takes it personally.
Correct.
Which is a weird thing to do.
It is. Anyway, we got that out of the way. That is our warm up. The Hollabox 3 is there. What's up, guys?
Hey. What's happening?
You guys do not look stressed to be in the heart of Oktoberfest season.
Yeah,
we mask well.
Okay, all right.
So let's talk about Oktoberfest. When does Oktoberfest officially end?
Well, I had heard that there was some talk in Germany about Oktoberfest actually starting in the beginning of August, much like Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah,
I made that up. That's not true. That's not a thing.
I know it starts in September, but does it end the end of October?
It never ends at Hollerbox.
No,
I like that. That is the correct answer.
But there has to be like a time or like.
I believe it's 4 weeks, right?
Yeah,
so from the middle of September until the middle of October. Okay. So we'd probably be this weekend would probably be the last weekend.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought at least it went all the way to Halloween. Like Halloween should be the hard ending. Like
I think you're only connecting that because of Hollabox, like Halloween. You know what I mean?
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, it does sound like something you should do, kind of.
So what are you guys doing right now? And then is there any ceremony to be done with Oktoberfest, or is it basically just business as usual?
Yeah, that's a good question. Normally you have a big ceremony to start it, but do you close it like an Olympic type of deal?
No, so we kind of just roll into busy season with Oktoberfest, into the holidays and, Christmas and that kind of stuff. Lots of private bookings and that kind of stuff. So,
all right.
Nice, I love it.
I'm just going to talk about it because usually over BDM events, we emailed all BDMs the invite for this Saturday, and at this point, I'm just open it up. You come if you're a BDM.
Yeah, you're BDM to show up. We'll see you there.
I mean, if you're not, and you come, you just have to internally be fine with that.
Yeah.
Which is
don't tell me. I mean, don't tell if you come and you're not a BDM, don't tell me, because I will have you removed. Okay? That's fair, right? I think
Actually,
that's a fair thing to
I've
say.
got Tony sitting watching the CCs. He's going to be looking and making sure everybody's a BDM.
There you go. Yeah. We don't even
There's really
know
no way to tell.
We don't even know.
If you're not, I'll be like, no, I'm drunk. I'm drunk right now.
Some of the
That's what I'll say
nicest people in the BDM group, I'll look up their name, not a member, and I'm like, but they're so nice.
Anyway, it's at Hollowbox this Saturday. So we ordered this beer puppeteer.
Pretty awesome.
Contraption, I'll call it.
Which, like, there are a bunch of people that, like, try to make these, but I really did my research on this, and I found, like, the one that, like, has the real straps, and it's, like, handmade, and it is not cheap. But
it's intimidating looking.
It's pretty cool, right? It looks, you know what it reminds me of, and we'll have it on camera here in a second. It looks like a saw contraption.
It's made out of wood. It's got a bunch of strings, and essentially it straps to your back. The strings hang over, and then you using your both hands.
I guess you could put a little person woman in there.
Puppeteer some beer up to your, and drink it without, you're
supposed
only
to
pulling
drink
the
it by just puppeteering. But I'll tell you, for you and I, or as your sons have deemed you, Stiffman, it's not an easy. I was practicing with it this morning, trying to drink my Mountain Dew out of a Solo cup, and it is a little harder than one might think, because there's a marionette finesse to it. So not to say that you won't be good at this, but for those of us that are stiffer and can't, like, bend and move and, like, kind of angle your body geometry the correct way, you might have a huge problem with this.
Finesse isn't my game.
I know.
I'm not smooth at all.
No, you're not. You're rough.
You're
rough like a...
I'm afraid I did pass that down to my son Max, who is a breakdancer.
Yeah.
But he's a little on the stiff side, which I'm afraid to tell him.
Hey, who's the best breakdancer in the world?
Is it like Australian breakdancing?
Who is the best? Let me ask
I did say that.
Let's ask the Hollowbox 3. On the count of 3, everybody say the most famous breakdancer in the world's name. 1, 2, 3.
I don't remember. Everybody forgot it already.
They're all stoners. It's Raygun.
Raygun.
Everybody knows Raygun.
Yeah. Although the world
your
clowned
your son should call himself Ronald Reagan. And they dress like Ronald McDonald.
That goddamn clown.
Hey, it worked for you.
Didn't work for me.
I mean, look at this paradise you've created.
Is that more of a jail? Of endless events.
I knew I'd get you to admit it.
Anyway,
do you want to hear my song?
Yeah.
Okay, I wrote this is an Oktoberfest song. I sat down to write an Oktoberfest song. I couldn't think of what to write for an Oktoberfest song, so I didn't write one. I wrote a new song. This song is called Airtight Mom. It's a yacht rock song. It's the first time I've attempted to do a yacht rock song. This is called Airtight Mom.
What's the clients are here?
This is called Here we go. Airtight Mom. Ready?
Tom and Dan and Tom wanna hang out with your mom on the beach, glass of wine, or your mom be looking fine. Moonlight night, hand in hand. Who goes first, Tom or Dan?
No.
Or perhaps it's just that type of night. We're gonna make your mom airtight.
Oh, come on.
Airtight mom, this is my song. You asked for one, but you got 2 dongs. Airtight mom, we hope you know that if you sneeze, you're going to explode. Airtight mom, this is my song.
It's good, right? Smooth as hell.
But you got 2 dongs. Airtight mom.
Just tell me you're saying Oktoberfest song.
You're going to explode. Airtight mom.
Hey, here's a little Airtight Mom for you. Wishing you all a very, very happy Oktoberfest from Tom and Dan.
There's no Oktoberfest. There's no beer there. There's no Germany.
I mean, here's the wine. There's wine on the beach. The second verse goes into, like, shrimp cocktail, like removing the gound. Anyway, there's a little airtight bomb for you.
Wow.
So, guys, let's talk about this Saturday.
They do not want to be called that. They're calling you the Airtight 3.
Stop it.
That is not. We're shutting that down now.
So what kind of, I know up at Uberkeller, we got Tapas-style German cuisine.
Sure.
So what are we looking at?
Yeah, we've never really walked through some food up there. What can we get?
Sure. So we've got schnitzel strips up there, so you don't get the full-size schnitzel. Schnitzel strips.
Schnitzel strips!
Comes with this lovely lemon aioli to dip it in. We've got like crispy Brussels sprouts with our house paprika spice and honey and fried garlic.
That sounds lovely.
We've got a few different dips, like a trio of dips, like French onion dip and a spinach artichoke mushroom type dip, and then our Obatza cheese that comes with like pretzel bread slices that are toasted. We're expanding the menu a little bit starting this Saturday with we're adding our salad back on upstairs, and I believe what's the other thing? Are we putting the tartare?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
I believe, what's the theme for this tartare? Do you remember?
I think it's on like a. It's going to be served on a pretzel wrap.
Pretzel tartare.
Right?
That's what it is. It's a pretzel beef tartare. So it's raw beef, but it's got like a sweet mustard aioli, and then I'm not sure what Chef Sam's got in mind for it, but it sounds really good.
Nice.
What's considered tartare? because all I know is the tartare sauce.
I know where you are.
Raw beef.
Okay.
So I know we like to break into theories. I've got this whole weird theory, and I'm not sure. And I think Greg and I looked it up one time, but steak tartare, beef tartare, right? And then tartar sauce. So in steak tartare, you put egg yolks, capers, pickles, parsley, Dijon mustard, and you pretty much make like a little mayonnaise in the bowl, and you mix it with that, right?
Okay.
Tartar sauce is egg yolks, oil, capers, dill, pickles, same shit, right? So what came first, beef tartare or the tartar sauce? Because theoretically, you could just put that in raw beef and you got beef tartare.
Okay, so there is basically a discussion amongst the culinary community of
just me, as far as I know.
That would make sense. I've always wondered why they call it like tartar sauce.
Yeah, I thought it had
understood.
something to do with the process of what.
See, and then I was always taught that tartar came from the Tartar people or what. Like I don't know if they're like Mongolians or something, but they would put the meat under there.
I'm sorry, we're going to have to ask you to leave.
It's the T word people.
Yeah, we don't talk about.
But from the meat being under their saddle when they ride, and it would kind of grind the meat up, and that's what they would eat. It would be almost like a spread at that point.
So wait a minute. These
I don't know.
These people would put raw meat under their saddle and
Right.
ride until it became a meat paste, and then they'd scrape it off their steed and eat it.
Sounds good.
When my daughter's complaining about her Lunchable, I'll smack it out of her I'll smack it out of her hand.
Put a
I'll be
napkin
like, you
down
eat that off the floor now. You used to have to scrape the paste off the back of your steed and eat it. I'm not eating meat paste off of my horse.
There's horse
Pat.
hair in there.
Pat, I might just ask you to leave because you said that. Pat, that's the craziest thing you've ever said in here. They never did that. These are tales that everybody's tale has been told and exaggerated into toughness because we all want to appear tough. So maybe they did put some meat in their satchel and then it dried a little bit and got some mold on it. But they didn't ride until they got a meat paste and scrape it off their horse and eat it. Or did they? I don't know.
You're killing my childhood.
I mean, but we've all been lied to. Tom's whole childhood was lies. My whole childhood was lies,
So, and then the beers. There's a ton of beers to choose from at Hollabox.
16 beers on draft.
Oh, yeah, man. That'd be really, really good. Do you and I need to get some lederhosen?
We were talking about that.
I know a place.
Yeah, no, so...
I don't want to look like a fool. I mean, like, by not wearing them is my point.
Yeah,
I don't want to
show up in jeans.
I'm wearing a pair of Jimmy's. I've got a gotcha shirt on.
Yeah. We should go by the Outfitters and pick up some lederhosen.
But then I was gonna tell Tom I was gonna dress as a woman and wear what's that thing called that the ladies wear?
Dirndl.
A turndl. I'll wear a turndl.
Dirndl.
I'll wear a dirndl.
What is that?
I'm little Danny Dirndl.
Little Danny Dirndl.
Yeah.
What is the dirndl?
It's like the dress.
St. Ides girl?
It's kind of the dress.
Yeah, like the St. Pauli's girl.
It's the dress that Joe had
St. Ides
on.
girl. Different.
I like the St. Ides girl. She'll drop it like it's hot. my God. Put that on me.
Hold my cool menthol 1000.
Airtight mom. That's what I'm saying. That big old October rump. Sorry. It's like Joe had on yesterday from Fair Villa. The Dorothy outfit is almost like a dirndl.
It's almost like mixed between like a corset vest with like the laces up front. It's got some have straps. There's different styles. Some are more corsety, boosty.
No, I won't need straps. I've got some big ones.
Last question about our event is we're also doing a Stein holding contest. You know, the old who can hold it out in front.
No, you're holding a picture of Ben Stein.
Wow.
And how would is there a standard
Clear eyes
as far as how big
good question.
the Stein is supposed to be?
It's a 1 liter mug.
Yeah.
1 liter mug. Okay. So
I actually knew the answer to that one.
Okay. So
is it the same for ladies too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So both.
What's the longest you guys have had? I bet you guys have had some ringers.
I see some
right?
people hold like 3 or 4 minutes.
English Dave, I think, has our record still, and it was like almost 5 minutes. I think. So
5 minutes.
All I hear about for Tracy is English Dave and his spoons and how much better he is than me. I'm gonna have to keep practicing.
Spoon up. Bring your spoons.
I will have to and have a spoon up with him because he is quite good. I saw some videos of English Dave. He is excellent. And he plays with music. I'm sort of like a freestyle artist.
So English and I, we both play like actual metal spoons, but he got those spoons, I think, from Eckhart.
Oh, wow.
That's like a retired pair.
Yeah.
So now he's got, they're cheater ones to me. Like, you play with real spoons, you got to hold them, and it's more, like I said, it's old
Real
school.
spoons is way harder. I'll bring my spoons.
Speaking of Eckhart, when does the music start and the band start on Saturday?
Saturday music is from 7 to 10.
Okay, 7 o'clock. All right, perfect.
Love it.
So we'll have some German music, and we'll be upstairs in the beer garden area at the
Hanging out,
Keller.
doing the beer puppeteer deal.
Yeah.
Now, are we going to do that where it's like quickest?
Did you have to, if you spill it, there has to be a penalty.
If you spill it, you're out.
We have to look up the rules. I'm sure they have rules on their
If you
thing.
spill it, you're out, right?
Yeah, immediately.
That way
right?
we can just keep moving through people, I think. I don't know.
yeah.
But I will look up the rules. But I think have you guys ever done this before?
No.
Never done it.
Yeah, so it's all uncharted territory for everybody.
We can make our own rules.
Yeah, that's actually true. We
Just
can do
keep
that.
time who does it the fastest, and
That's
then...
true. Yeah, or maybe just let people just experience it because it is pretty fun. So.
Yeah. And so we'll see you guys, the BDMs on Saturday.
Indeed.
Hollow Box, 6 to 9 is
come on
is
out.
the event.
Please be a BDM, or if you're not, sign up at tomanddan.com/registration.
So anything else we want to hit, guys, before
Just
we leave
after
today?
the event, make sure, if you're still hungry, we got the Joint and our new business burger box open till 1 a.m.
Nice.
So late night stuff,
You grab some munchies late night. Go grab a smash burger and some fried pickles. Go get some wings. We got you covered.
I got to try those pickles. I've heard excellent things about those.
So good.
The accidental amazing pickles, right? Like
accidental pickles.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Greg, real quick, what's going on in social media?
Man,
Tell
what's
us.
going on with you?
Because you have out of
an insane following.
Yeah. And by the way, if someone put us all in a lineup and asked who's the social media expert, I don't know if they'd pick Greg. Because I think people have a stereotype of like the social media influencer
of what they think it looks like.
Yeah, which is weird too because it's all over the place.
Did you just cut your hair? Or
Yeah,
I thought you did.
And the beard
I barely recognized
trimmed
you.
down a little bit as well.
You look good, man.
Thank you.
What's been going on in Rungeland?
Hanging out with these guys. I help do the social media with them. They have an amazing team that I love being a part of. I've been back down in Sanford for the last year, so getting involved with them has been pretty awesome. As far as social media world itself, it's crazy out there.
Do the hashtags still work? I feel like
you got an expert in here. You might as well ask some questions.
I feel like you load up like a paragraph of hashtags, and we're like, are we still doing this?
I put a lot. I put selfish ones in there.
Do
too.
anything?
I put selfish ones that mean nothing. I put like my name in there.
Yeah. Hashtags mean nothing.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Hashtags mean absolutely nothing. Back in the day, they did with Twitter, but yeah, they don't.
Okay, well, what moves the needle now, Ron?
Nudity.
Good content.
Yeah, you know what?
I don't know anything about
all
that.
All I see is women and men that buy latex prosthetics of their body, and then they wear T-shirts, and then they do wet T-shirt contests and bouncing all. No, everything is bouncing.
Okay, all right, I can get into that.
No, but I'm serious. That is what the internet is for right now. young people think that a viable way to make money is just to buy latex boobs from China, wet a T-shirt, and then bounce. And then the money's just falling from the sky.
Okay, all right, that
falling
down.
from the sky.
Oh, yeah, write that latex boots.
Yeah.
We'll get a pair of those.
I can't. They're very expensive.
What else
They're
do we
like
need, Greg?
$5,000.
$5,000?
Yeah, because they're like a sleeve that fits on your body. It's like the same stuff that Jake Paul has with that fake belly he's wearing. He's like, hey, look, I'm fat. You're not out of shape. It's a fake $5,000 belly. It's fine. It's good, but it's not that good, you know?
So latex boobs. What else, Greg?
Okay, great.
What do we? No hashtags.
Well, that was my answer for the record, not Greg's. That may not be on his. That may not be on his algorithm.
Get the hashtags out of there.
Latex boots, no hashtags, calling people out, misinformation, and Lieutenant Dan.
I knew we know Lieutenant Dan.
If you have all of those, you win.
Oh, Lieutenant Dan. I'm doing a remix of Lieutenant Dan saying the N-word. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so awesome.
How
that helped them.
So crazy, dude. You have the come up and the come down. So
they're quick.
It was the quickest.
He went up. He got his
ever.
new boat. He said the N-word. He's gone. Which is a lot of people's dream.
By the way, did anybody look at Lieutenant Dan and be like, "This guy definitely doesn't say the N-word"?
No, it was the first thing I looked at. I'm like, "Oh yeah, he's an N-word guy."
I thought that's why the internet liked him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why he lives on a boat.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first thing I said. People that live on boats are not stable and nice individuals, typically. You know. There's a reason that your pet is an alligator or a parrot or a snake.
So anyway, it's just and then I'm like, Lieutenant Dan has made no money off of anything.
He got a boat. He got a free boat.
He's made $6,900. He'll tell you because he was supposed to get $7. I'm supposed to get $7,000, but I get $6,900. I just want to let everybody know I was supposed to. It's crazy.
Did he get some GoFundMe or something?
Well, yeah, it was a GoFundMe, and that's the thing now. The guy who started it, the Tampa Terrence kid that started the GoFundMe, if he cancels the GoFundMe now, then he's held liable for the $7,000 that he's already pulled out. So there's like over $50,000 that came in for Lieutenant Dan through this kid Terrence, and then they couldn't go directly to Lieutenant Dan because the dude didn't have a bank account, didn't have an ID, didn't have anything.
Shocking.
So when all the craziness started coming out and like the cancel culture aspect, when he was like, "Oh, I'm supposed to have this money, this, that, and the other," the kid Terrence went down with $7,000 and gave him $7,000. He counted it and he's letting everybody know that it was only $6,900.
He's giving in cash. Wait, this is a society.
I know, we've gone backwards. I really feel like we have gone backwards.
Yeah. This is like some hobo buys a boat and then refuses to leave. A storm's coming. Where the whole world's gonna. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna watch this guy die."
Also, there used to be a time. There used to call me crazy, and I like to think of myself as a nice person, and I love helping people, but. There used to be a time where if you saw a crazy person that tied his boat to a bridge and he said he's not going to leave, you don't make a GoFundMe for it.
But also, he said
you don't do it.
He didn't say like if I raise $50,000, I'll leave. Like people are just donating money. That's
it was just donating money.
For what reason?
Let's give him money. We like seeing these guys win.
Let's see what this guy does.
Yeah, it is the reverse. It's a reverse money. Get him because we know. Because we know he's not going to succeed. Right? So like when we donate to these things, I do feel like we're investing in failure every single time. Every single time.
Yeah,
the Golden Voice Bum, Lieutenant Dan. You know, all of these people that were like they've changed their way. They'll never change. You're investing and watching them fail again.
It's such a bizarre society we live in now, too, where it's like the internet everybody has a phone and is involved in the internet. So the marketing power of that is so insane that we don't even understand it. Yeah, we don't even understand how big Haktua got.
We're also addicted to it.
We're just like, what is it?
We don't understand and we're addicted to it, which is kind of scary.
And then you realize you're like, okay, well, if just 2% of the people that are seeing this throw $5 at it.
Right.
Now we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like such a small amount now can move the needle technically that it's insane. Where like if you can get some gigantic viral thing going and then get 2% of the world to throw $5 at you, all of a sudden now we're talking six figures of money that you could raise in minutes. It was insane, like for nothing.
Would you want to have that money and all that stuff come in, that 15 seconds of fame or whatever it's called, and be labeled the Hawk Tour girl for the rest of your life?
Of course I would, Run.
I think I'd be okay with it. I'm already
stressed out.
I'm already known as airtight. I'm fine with it. I'm completely okay with it. It's the best thing anyone's ever called me. I've been called the M word for little people at least once a day for 48 years. I'm totally fine with it.
Isn't that what we all do? We don't do anything for money. People go up and put on roofs for 10 hours a day for money, and for not even as much.
That's a hard one, though.
You'll do anything.
That's a tough
bear costumes or something.
Bear costumes. Yes.
Ask your local roofer if he wants to be known as a Hawk Tour girl. If he gets $100 grand, you can cut off his toes for $100 grand.
Already gone.
I mean, the amount of work people do every day for an insane amount less, they'll do anything.
Do we have a new one yet? Is there has there been a new definitive?
Well, since Hawk Tour, I do think the demure.
Oh, okay, yeah, very demure, very mindful.
Yep, that came after.
What about
Moodang?
Yeah, Moodang. Yeah, that's where I was going too.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Moodang?
That's a baby hippo. You can't count baby hippo.
I've never even seen that.
I'll pay to that GoFundMe.
That's
a GoFundMe.
You know what?
I'll give that.
It's a little baby hippo with like no teeth, and it'll run out of its cage and bite your knee, and it just kind of like sucks on your knee, and it's so cute, right?
So it's called Moodang?
Yeah, that's his name.
Okay.
Moodang.
And Moodang, the baby hippo.
It's Asian. It's an They love cute.
Okay.
What's that culture? The culture in
Kauai.
Thank you. I knew these guys would know. We're going to teach Tom something today.
Okay.
And this is kind of in that where you've got all these people like drawing Moodang and like T-shirts and figures and plush, and it's become like it's blown up as like, oh, look how cute. That thing will kill you in a couple of years.
Facts.
It'll crush you.
It's a pygmy hippo, so like it'll like only maim you, I bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Dan, it might get you, buddy.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna have like Cringeor from He-Man.
Some guy just got crunched by a hippo the other day. It was like
that
last
old
week.
man in a canoe.
Yeah, it was an old man in a canoe.
We watched that video.
Yeah, he survived,
Yeah,
but
did.
it like beer canned crunched his organs.
Don't hippos kill more people than like lions or something, than crocodiles?
Correct. And this one was, as soon as he saw it, the thing was laser fast. Like it was like faster than anything.
Oh, they're just under the water.
Supposedly swimming in the water, it's like doing ballet. It is so effortless for a hippo. That thing in water is ready to destroy you.
Yeah, and then it'll like use its head to kabonk you up out of the canoe.
First it's going to blast your canoe into just splinters. It's going to blast the canoe into little toothpicks. And then it's just going to start biting your legs.
It's got to be the worst death.
No, the worst death, and it wasn't even death. I got into a rabbit hole yesterday because I've had all this time where I'm waiting at dance for Maisie to get done. So I'm doing what Andrew would do. I'm like, I'm supposed to be watching dance, but I'm really reading Wikipedia.
Doom scrolling.
I was reading Wikipedia. I'm still obsessed with Chimp Crazy, and then I read about this other attack of this guy, and I'd never heard this name before. He's a NASCAR driver. His name was St. James, and this dude and his wife got a chimpanzee, and he had gotten it. His tale was that he'd been working on a ship, and they went to like Tanzania, and he saw a poacher kill the mom, and this was the baby left there, and the guy didn't know about it. Sounds like a total made up story. But anyway, so he got this chimpanzee, and he comes back here.
That's the story of Bambi.
I know, it really is. So this guy St. James, he has the chimpanzee's name was Mo, and Mo actually was pretty good. It was like a pretty decent, chimpanzee. But in the area he lived, like these chimpanzee people, the whole community was like, we could get this thing the hell out of here. Yeah. So they all voted to, basically, you got to get this thing out of here. So he ended up giving it to this refuge, and he and his wife, like every day, would go and visit this monkey like it's their child. That's how these chimpanzee people like operate.
Oh, is that the birthday cake one where the other chimps got
yes, two of the
jealous?
Other chimps got out because he brought a birthday cake and he brought a fudge cake, raspberry filling, balloons, all this stuff to visit his chimp. And these two other chimps broke out of their cage, and
jealousy.
From jealousy, they bit his wife's thumb off, and then he took her and shoved her under a picnic table to save her, St. James. And then this dude's face got mauled off, his lips got eaten, his nose got eaten, he ate his left eye, like his ears, and then he ate his entire scrotum. And his butt ass.
That sounds like tartar.
Yeah, and his butt ass. Scrotum.
Oh, God.
The whole thing. And then he had, then over the next 9 months, he had 78 surgeries.
I say he survived?
He lived.
Oh, okay.
78 surgeries.
Kill me.
No, he lived. 78 surgeries. He lived. He looked, it was rough. And then Mo escaped. Mo the monkey, his loved monkey, escaped from that place, and he ran into the woods, never to be seen again.
He's living out in the wild?
He's dead. They think he's dead. Because even St. James, because he had some money, I guess, he hired some helicopters to fly around and kind of look for the monkey.
Oh.
And they never found him, and it's like a case of chimpanzee got out and never heard of again.
What if he lives out there? Still?
What if he's out there? What if he's still out there?
Like hunting people.
Yeah. What if he comes
to
to our BDM event? He's like, hey, put the beer puppeteer on it. Oh God, he's biting it crazy.
Hollabox German Restaurant in Sanford. It's
the best.
I mean, if you want to have dinner and also an experience, Hollabox is the place.
Yeah. Number one date night, number one experience, great entertainment. And Sanford, if you haven't been, what are you doing with your life? Get over there.
Chef Pat, Eric, Grunge, thank you very much.
Yeah, we love you guys. Thanks for being
fellas.
here, y'all. Cheers. And we will be right back.